brother, man. He just struck gold. I said, this the one right here. This that one.
I mean, it's not the best one, but it's up there.
That's good. That's probably good to know. We got that happy face.
Hey, bro, that shit fire. No, the fucking fruit tastes like no cactus. Bro, that shit is sweet as hell. Hey, that shit sweet. I tell you, that shit comes like all different cactus.
Oh yeah. I see the purple one. I had that.
Shalom.
Yeah.
Check. Okay, sounds good.
All right, hey, Shalom, Akim. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Qadash. We're going to say, Brakatah Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, Brakatah Yahweh, Yahweh Shai.
All right, giving double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that have taught us this truth, that are constantly willing well through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai. We want to say Shalom to the beloved brethren that are out there pushing this word wholeheartedly in truth and in sincerity, that are not wavering to the left nor to the right, but constantly staying on that straight and narrow, fighting for your crowns in these last days that we are truly living in. Shalom also to the few sisters. Shalom also to the Israelite corners, those that may look like the other nations, but their seed line goes back to our forefathers Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom unto you. All right, because our people have been scattered abroad. You know, we back out here for another week to prophesy against the sinful wicked kingdom, all right, which is spiritually known as Babylon the Great. Okay, which is America. We're here to prophesy against the wicked, which is the self-proclaimed white man today. Their nation goes back to Esau, Edom. We're here to also prophesy to the ears of our people, which is the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, those that go back to the sons of Jacob that are on this sign. All right, you have a chance at salvation. All right, and then also too, you have you're either going to be saved or you're going to be blocked. All right, because the Lord is not looking for all of Israel in these last days. You know, he's only looking for the elect, you know, so the remnant has a chance to wake back up, all right, and start calling back on the true names, which the Most High name is Yahweh. All right, it's not Jehovah, it's not God, it's Yahweh, which means it's like he exists, all right, and his beloved son, true name is Yahweh Shai. It's not Jesus, all right, it's not Jesus, you know what I'm saying, it's not Joshua, it's Yahweh Shai, man, okay, all right, which means he delivers, all right? And that's what Yahweh Shai is going to do as he makes a second return. He's going to deliver the elect upon the destruction of Babylon the Great. Because how is America going to go out? America's going to go out by the ways of thermonuclear missiles, man. You see what I'm saying? ICBM missiles that are going to be shot off during the time of World War III. And that's what you're seeing taking place as of right now. You're seeing World War III being brewed up. You know what I'm saying? Vladimir Putin, Xi Jinping. You know what I'm saying? You got Rocket Man. You know, you got Iran. You know, you got the BRICS nations banding together against the West, all right, which is America, all right, and NATO and their allies, okay? You know, that's how America's going to be ended, all right? That's all prophesied according to the Bible. So we out here to give the warning to the ears of our people. Now it's time to amend your ways. Now it's time to correct yourself because the Lord is bringing what? Great judgments upon the world. Matter of fact, let's start with Isaiah 29 and probably 6. Isaiah 29 and 6, because what's going on in Maui, man? You know, it's so hot out there that people having to jump in the fucking waters, man. You see what I'm saying? You got all type of buildings burning down, houses burning down. You see what I'm saying? These are all judgments of Yahweh by Shah. Whether or not it's some underhanded shit going on, either way, it's still the Lord bringing forth judgment, man. You know, because hey, when you go to like Hawaii, Maui, certain place like that, this is where you pretty much vacation. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to live it up, hit the island, see the scenery. You know what the Lord is telling you, we ain't in a time of mirth and pleasure and you know you enjoying your life, man. We ain't a time for you to get your mind right, man. You know what I'm saying? We ain't a time for you to turn back to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? Turmoil, chaos, and destruction is coming to America, man. All right, it's not gonna be business as usual. It ain't gonna be driving to work every single day. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be going out with friends, okay, to the bars or to the mall to hang out, man. You know, or to the beach to sit in the sand. You see what I'm saying? We talking about times getting ready to change, and the times that we coming into is gonna be some hellish times, man. You know? Go ahead, whoever got it. Yeah, I got this. Isaiah 29 and verse 6. And it reads, "Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder, and with earthquake, and great noise, with storm and tempest, and the flame of the devouring fire." Yeah, read one more time. Isaiah 29 and verse 6. "Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder, and with earthquake, and great noise." Right, so you got earthquakes happening all day. Somebody also hold Exodus 9 chapter. You know? All right, these are part of the signs. You got earthquakes happening all over the place, man. You know what I'm saying? Then the Lord said you're gonna be busy with thunders, because right now, you know, we pretty much getting close to those hurricane season. You know, and even right now, they even warning you about how a new strand of the Osiris virus is coming. You know what I'm saying? And more people. I just had that young basketball player. You know what I'm saying? He just had cardiac arrest. He ain't even like 20 years old. You know? I think so. And it might have been another player too. You know, just had cardiac arrest on the court. You know, and when you a basketball player, you a soccer player. You know what I'm saying? Even tennis. You know, you a athlete. You gotta have a lot of conditioning. You know what I'm saying? In order to compete in that sport, man. You know, so there's no reason why these people are actually having cardiac arrest, but that's because why they trusted in science and they trusted in Esau saying go ahead and take that jump shot, that juicy juice, that beetle juice, all right, and now they winding up dead, man. You see what I'm saying? All right, and more deaths is coming, man. The Lord said He's sending forth judgments, man. All right, these are the terrors of the Lord. But guess what? Our people refuse to pay attention to the signs and the times, so the Lord got the prophets out there to pretty much scream it in your ear. We're ringing your bells, we're sounding the alarm. You know what I'm saying?
Also, I'm gonna add in China, they're getting flooded out there as well. Northern China is getting hit bad with the floods. And they're talking about how hurricane season is going to be a lot like stronger, more of them. More powerful storms and stuff.
Yeah,
that's just arsenal, and you help Hashem Yahushai's weapons. You know what I'm saying, to bring hell upon the world.
Yep, that's right. That's right. Yeah. Ecclesiastes 3 verse 1. So everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Yep. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted. Verse 3, a time to kill and a time to heal. Yep. A time to break down and a time to build up. So basically the point is, the reason why I read the scripture out right now, what the brother's speaking on, right now we're in wartime. That's the time we're in. When it says, so there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. So right now, the purpose of the Lord right now at the moment is judgment, man, like the brother's speaking on, man. That got to come first, and then we could rest. Speak about the brothers. Then the rest come. But we're going to be in the midst of that too. We got to get tested with it. So that's why I read this out for you, brothers. Yep. Okay. Yep. No, because everything's in order with y'all about to be outside, man. So, and we understand that destruction got to come before peace. Basically, man. Yep. Also, somebody hold Psalm 68, 19, and 20. Go back to that. Yep. This is Isaiah 29 in verse 7. And a multitude of all the nations. 6. Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder. Yep. See, thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunders. Okay, so all these chaotic storms, you know what I'm saying? Like in Europe, you know what I'm saying? They be having hailstorms. You know what I mean? Hailstorms where that should be actually destroying crops, destroying buildings. You know what I mean? These are all the Lord's judgment, man. You see what I'm saying? Floods. You have flash floods. You have floods that are so strong that it actually sweeps people away. You know what I'm saying? Like them Elamites, they be getting swept away by them floods. We talk about their cattle, livestock. You know what I'm saying? Lord, hey, with your livestock, that's like where your money's at. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord will destroy your whole livelihood. You know what I'm saying? Off a so-called natural disaster. You see what I'm saying? But they ain't natural disaster. These are all the Lord's performing these things on the planet Earth, man. You know what I'm saying? In order to remind you who has the true power. Okay? You know, because people forgot about who's the real terror. You know what I'm saying? Really, you should be looking at Yahweh as the real terrorful one. You know what I'm saying? Because he's known as Allah Shadia, you know what I'm saying? A demon-like power, man. You know, when it comes down to the Lord putting people to death, you see what I'm saying? Death belongs to the Most High. You know, he sanctions death. You see what I'm saying? Matter of fact, we can hit that Psalm 68 and 19 and 20 real fast.
This is Psalm chapter 68 and verse 19.
Mhm.
Blessed be the Lord who daily loadeth us with benefits, even the power of our salvation. Selah. He that is our power is the power of salvation, and unto the Most High, the Lord belong. That's all I get. The Lord belong the issues from death.
You see, read that 20 again.
Yeah, this is Psalm 68 and verse 20. He that is our power is the power of salvation, and unto the Most High, the Lord belongeth the issues of death.
Right, you see, so it's the duality right there. Not only does the Lord have the power of salvation, he can deliver you out of any situation, right? But also, too, the Lord has the power of the issues of death. You see what I'm saying? Because the Lord decides a time to require back the spirit of which he has given you. You know what I'm saying? All right, so when people die, it's because the Lord is sanctioning it, you know? All right, people don't equate that. Especially these Christians, the Christians, they don't equate that the Most High push people to death. When people die, when it's the time to go, that's the Heavenly Father doing it. See what I'm saying? Let me go back to Isaiah.
This is Isaiah 29, verse 6.
Uh-huh.
Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder, and with earthquake, and great noise, with storm and tempest,
And the storms and tempests, you know what I'm saying? So you got tsunamis, you know what I'm saying? And you got typhoons, you know, like the brother mentioned, you got them goops that they stay getting washed away. You know what I'm saying? Because shoot, they be over there practicing all manner sorts of abominations, man. You know, and the Lord be jacking them gooks up, man. You see what I'm saying? I mean, them gooks are so nasty. That's why me personally, I don't fuck with them gooks. You know, I don't eat they gook food, none of that, because them gooks is dirty. You know, some dirty dog rice eating, you know, heathens, man. They got in their markets, man. They be eating fucking baby fetuses, man. You know what I'm saying? Imagine you got a plate of fucking a baby fetus, man. Come on now, on some fucking rice, you know? That's some sick shit right there, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no reason for nobody to be eating no baby fetus, man. You know, but that's what them gooks be selling their markets. You know, so they'll be jacking their ass up.
Yeah, I seen a goop. She done ate a squid alive.
Yeah.
You know, still like slapping her in the face and shit.
Yeah, they be eating live frogs.
And they're cool as well.
Yeah.
Cool. That's a cool ass nation right there.
Yeah, they got even warehouses that got dogs in them. Some inhumane, unsanitary shit, you know, and they be taking them dogs alive, beating them over the head, and they dip their body in some hot ass water, man. You know, and they fucking, you know, do what they do after they cook them up, and then guess where they serving them at? They serving them out in your neighborhood, man. You know what I'm saying? So you think you over there eating fucking beef or some chicken or some shit? You know what I mean? You fucking eating dog meat. You know what I mean? So you going off, man. You know? And they glaze it up. You know what I'm saying? With some teriyaki sauce or some fucking soy sauce. You know what I mean? You over there soy sauce on the side of your lip, talking about this shit is good. You know? Like, come on, you know. JB and Mr. Hughes and you know, Panda Express. Oh, you know what? I think they just had something going on with Panda Express. People getting sick. I forget what exactly what's going on, but you can probably look up Panda Express recalls or something going on at Panda Express where they getting sick. You know, but see, that's because that's them heathen shit right there, man. You know, Lord always fucking them heathens up, man. You know? But yeah, you go ahead. Isaiah 29 and verse 6. It says, "Thou shalt be visited, the Lord of hosts, with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest, and the flame of the devouring fire." Right, so that's what's going on in Maui, man. Flames of the devouring fire. Just like you know, out here in Cali, you know, you just had Joshua tree catch on fire. You know what I'm saying? Which you know, Joshua tree is a spiritual name. You know, I actually been to Joshua tree. You know, because Joshua actually goes into, when you break it down into the Hebrew, it goes into Yahweh, man. And the tree is life. You know, tree of life. You know what I'm saying? So you go to Joshua tree, especially you go out there during the time of like nighttime, you can see pretty much the constellation in the heavens, man. You know, and I was blessed to see the night that I went, numeral chariots, man. You know what I'm saying, back to back, floating across the sky. You see what I'm saying? It was a very scenic moment, you know. But Joshua trees catching on fire, you know what I'm saying? Then you be having spots out here in California that be catching on fire, man. You know. All right, so these fires, man, they be burning down houses, man. You see what I'm saying? And yeah, we know about Esau's heart, Esau's technology, because you know there's pictures circulating around on the internet how there was fire burning within inside the tree, but the outside of the tree wasn't burnt. You know what I'm saying? So there's no possible way for a fire to actually burn inside of a tree without the outside being charred. You know, so that had to be some type of direct energy weapons, man. You know what I'm saying? How it's being done, you know what I'm saying? It being beamed down and targeted to a specific neighborhood, you know, and then it pretty much burning the shit out of whatever they targeted, man. Esau gets down like that too. You know, we're not ignorant to Satan's devices, man. You know what I'm saying? But these places, if it's on fire, it ultimately goes back to the Lord, man. You know? Couldn't find out. It's all good. You know, it's all good. We could go to yeah, you go ahead.
This is St. Luke chapter 12 and verse 49. And come to send fire on the earth, what will I if it be already kindled?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, man, you know, and this is some real fire, man. You know, I think the death toll right now over there in Maui is like about I think it was like a 93 or something. You know, shit, it could probably even go higher. You know.
Yeah.
You know, it's getting hit by them. Well, they say CTs. You know, conspiracy theories. You know, talk about the DEWs. You know, but hey, man, it's been fact checked, so you know they don't have to worry about that. It's not DEW, according to Esau. You know. But whatever it is, man, this is how about me outside like the brother stated, man. You know, taking a place of fun, you know, and burn that place.
Yeah,
real nice.
Yep, that's right.
That's right. He said, Second Ezra 9 and
you saw the top.
This is Second Ezra chapter 9 and verse 1. Mm-hmm. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, yep. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Right, so that's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be measured out the time diligently within itself, right? You see? All right, that's what we do on a constant daily basis. We're constantly watching, paying attention to the news, seeing what's going on, filtering the bullshit from the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a lot of lies that are promoted out there. You know what I'm saying, to throw you off. You know, and then you got a lot of prophetic information that is coming out that we tie back to the scriptures. You see what I'm saying? And then we give it to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, even matter of fact, go to somebody hold also Isaiah 58 and 1. You know, because yeah, you tribes might look at us and say, oh, we just preaching hate. We ain't preaching love. You know what? We are preaching actually love unto you, man. Just not in the form of it being all soft and cuddly and I got flowers and I'm just fucking teddy bear. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna come out rough, man.
Oh yeah.
That this message is gonna come out rough. This message is supposed to rub you the wrong way. You see what I'm saying? Because matter of fact, somebody too, you can find that in the gospel, where say, woe to him who is offended, man. You know, because this truth is going to offend you, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the truth. The truth cuts deeper, you know what I'm saying, than the sharpest knife that you can get in culinary school. You know? All right, this truth cuts to the soul, man. You know, so if your soul is not right, this truth is going to cut you, and 99.9%, the average Jake that comes up, your soul is not right, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you've been raised in a westernized society. You know what I'm saying? You've been living in the valley of the shadow of death, where you got all type of demonic spirits attached to you. So when you come to the truth, you got to get them spirits off you, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what this truth does. It purifies your spirit, man. You know what I'm saying? It alleviates, like they say, take Tylenol to alleviate your headache. Well, this truth alleviates that demon from being on you. You know, because we all had that demon on us. You know what I'm saying? We first come into the truth. You know, you had whatever demon on you, you know? All right? Then we start listening more, taking heed, clean ourselves up, calling on the names of the Lord, and the Lord got that demon off us, man. So same thing for the rest of the takes.
Yes. I'm actually saying that's what the love is. Yep. The washing part of it, man. You know, you might get offended, and it might rub you the wrong way, like the brother said. We all been through that too. But the love is if you take heed, man. You know, and you continue to take heed and listen to the Lord. You know, you're gonna continue to get washing, man. So that's what where the love is at. Yep. That's real. That's real. You want the Matthew first, right? The woe unto the
Yep.
Matthew 18 and verse 7, and it reads, "Woe unto the world because of offenses."
See, what does woe mean? Woe means destruction. Woe unto the world because of offenses, man. And that's what majority of our people, they get as soon as they hear the true words of Yahweh by Shemawashai, they get offended. All right? Well, if you offended by this word ain't for you, man. You see what I'm saying? Take your ass down the block and live your life, you know? Because this word is only for the ears of the elect, man. Because only the elect are going to turn back to Yahweh by Shemawashai with no problem. You know, they're going to sincerely humble down and really want to learn their power and learn what to do for salvation, man. But as for the rest of our people, they got excuses, they talk shit, they scoff, all right? And then they wonder why their life becomes most miserable, man. All right, more miserable than what it already was. All right, that's exactly what's going to take place. Hey, brother. How you doing? Yes, it's okay.
Matthew 18 and verse 7, "Woe unto the world because of the offenses, for it must needs be that offenses come."
See, it must need that offenses come. All right. Matter of fact, Baba Kishore, just for edification's sake, can you look at that word offense? Let's see what that word offenses goes into. Let's see what it says. You know? See what it says. You know what I'm saying? You holding anything?
Yeah, I'm still on Isaiah 58.
Oh, so yeah, bring that out.
This is Isaiah chapter 58 and verse 1. "Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet."
See, that's where it goes into that. Offenses must come. Cry out, cry aloud, and spare not. See, we're not supposed to spare your feelings. You see what I'm saying? We're not supposed to, hey, brother, don't worry, come as you are, brother, sister. God loves you. You know, you can keep living your life wicked as hell, and then there's gonna be no consequences. No, we here to tell you opposite. You keep living a wicked life, there's gonna be consequences. You see what I'm saying? That's what we're here to tell you. And we're not gonna spare your feelings just because that you want the message to be smooth. You want the message to be according to your liking. The Most High doesn't operate on your time or our time.
I got a scripture, bro, in the NLT. This is Proverbs chapter 10 and verse 10 in the NLT. "People who wink at wrong cause trouble, but a bold reproof promotes peace."
See, a bold reproof promotes peace. All right, stability. You know,
that's what the church, you know, they don't want to offend because they know that oh shit, man, well, I don't like this pastor, I'm gonna go find another church.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because that'll keep people happy, and basically, you know, it keeps people so they can keep on giving tithes.
Yeah,
You know?
it's for the money.
Yeah.
The more bodies you got, the more money you got circulating in your church. You see what I'm saying? And that's why these pastors, they be having no $1 million suits, so to speak. You know, they be able to jet lag. You know what I'm saying? They got fucking nice Mercedes. You know what I'm saying? And a big house where they don't live in the roach infested ghettos with the rest of you jakes that they preaching unto. You know what I'm saying? Jake go back to they fucking ghetto while the pastor living it up, and it's all based off the tights that keep being generated into the church, man. You know, it's all going to the pastor's pockets, man. Him and his household. You know, that's why you had that pastor in New York. He got packed out and got his jewelry stolen, man.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Home recording too.
Home recording, man. You know, got robbed. You see what I'm saying? All right, because them ain't nothing but harlot houses, man. Just like they show you in that movie, Tyrone. They cloned Tyrone, you know? And what it was that even in that movie, Esau had it in the juice. He had them chemicals, and they call it in church they call it the blood, but it's like grape juice. You know what I'm saying? And they was drinking in the church, but it make them want to just be mirthful, have fun. You know what I'm saying? No, that's not what this truth is about. This truth ain't about just having fucking fun, man. You know what I'm saying? This is something deadly silly. Talking about lives on the line, man. You see what I'm saying? We're talking about the omnipotent, the Most High, who that you need to have fear of, because guess what? The Most High flooded the earth, man. You know what I'm saying? He killed everybody except for 8 souls. That's according to the Bible, man. Most High killed everybody except for 8 souls. You don't think he gonna drown people again? You know what I'm saying?
Fire.
But by fire this time, he gonna drown you. He gonna leave you dipped in the fire. No chip.
This is a continuing back in Isaiah 58 and verse 1.
Yep.
It says, and shew my people their transgression.
And show my people their transgressions. So we got to show you how you transgression. What is transgression? Transgression is sin of the law. You see what I'm saying? So where you find the law at? You can go back to the Torah. You know what I'm saying? All right, to the 5 books of Moses. You know, really you can read into Deuteronomy, Leviticus. You know what I'm saying? Numbers, which really the whole Bible is a law, because there's over 630 there's 613 commandments in the Bible, but you're gonna start finding the laws in those books, man, to teach you how to govern yourself. You know what I'm saying? Right? And majority of our people, what do in this society? They go get tattoos. You know what I'm saying? And we live in a society full of fucking GMO ass babies. You know, it's so demonic and wicked out here that these little Negroes I'm calling monsters, these little monsters. You know, they got tattoos on their fucking face. Bunch of Tyrones, right? You know what I'm saying? Tattoos on their face. You know? All right? It's same thing with the woman, man. Women getting tattoos on their fucking they chin line. You know what I'm saying? On their eyebrow line. You know what I mean? Fuck, you need tattoos on your face, or just a tattoo, period, man. So we're telling you, brothers and sisters, don't be fucking getting tattoos. You know? Like the same thing with the Montgomery shit.
Oh, yeah.
Jay got a fucking tattoo of a chair on him, committing idolatry. You see what I'm saying? Thou shalt not worship no other God before me, but you didn't make the chair your God. You see what I'm saying? Motherfucker, chair ain't gonna save your life. You know? All right? They ain't gonna block bullets for you. They ain't gonna feed you when you're hungry. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna answer you when you call on it. It can't respond. It's lifeless. You imagine the vain thing in your mind. But our people are out here committing all type of wickedness, man. Especially even the number one thing that goes on in America, which is adultery. You see what I'm saying? Adultery. Women sleeping with other men while they have a man. You know? And they go right back to the same bed that you laying in with and act like they did nothing. She wipe it from her mouth and she ain't done no wickedness. You know what I'm saying? These women are so tricky in these last days, man. It's so fucking wicked out here that you might think that them children is yours. You've been raising them up for damn near a decade, 10 years old. You got time, love, sweat, tears invested and these children out of yours, and you find out you've been sterile your whole life. Ain't that some shit? Sterile your whole life. Doctor, you went to the doctor to find out about something that been going on in your body, and the next you know they running tests on you, and then here's a side note. So and so, did you know that you were sterile? How long? Your whole life. I got a family. I got children. You know what the fuck that would do to a man? That'll make him blow everybody up. Like my man Eddie Griffin said, I'ma do you, I'ma do the children, I'ma do myself. You know what I'm saying?
That's like in the guilty conscience. You know, he said, man, should basically kill them both.
Yeah, you know, cause that's some fucked up shit, man. That'll bring a man to tears. You know what I'm saying? Shit is so mad wicked out here. So we here to tell you to reprove yourself. For the sisters, you know, you should get you a husband and not a regular ass Jake in the world. Get you a man of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, Isaiah 4:1. You know what I'm saying? 7 women shall take hold of one man. You know, and that one man is gonna be the elect. He gonna be more precious than fine gold in these last days. Don't get you one of these fucking niggas out here. You know what I mean? And you know, if you do got a man that's of the world, well, hey, the Bible says that through you he can be sanctified. You see what I'm saying? The unbelieving husband. Let's the scripture that I'm quoting. Let's grab some of these things, you know, and then we can just remember the ones that I had asked earlier, and then we could go back to them, you know. Let's grab some of these things so we can edify, you know, because you know, and that's how it works. It could be the husband that sanctifies the wife, or it could be the wife that sanctifies the unbelieving husband. You know, that's how the Lord can work things out.
They see that change.
Yeah, they start seeing the change
by actions.
You know, yeah, you know what I mean.
I got a little bit more just to finish it off. And then it says, "And the house of Jacob their sins."
Mm-hmm. Yep, I got that.
Mm-hmm. 1 Corinthians 7 and verse 14. Mm-hmm. For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife, and the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband.
See, it's sanctified by the husband, you know, or vice versa. You know, the wife is sanctified by the husband. You know, all right. So you know, you watching the videos, which you know, like we like to say, man, don't be fucking watching all these other Israelite groups, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't be watching Sakari, don't be watching ISUPK, don't be watching Wi-Fi, you know what I'm saying? Then jump over to GMS, you know, really just stick with GMS, you know, because you got other Israelite groups out there that's gonna lead you astray because they breaking the scriptures down wrong, you know. All right. And you know, even IUIC, they talk about marriage counseling and all that shit. We're not here to give you marriage counseling. We're just here to tell you what the scriptures say. All right. If you got a husband, you know what I'm saying, he of the world, and you a woman that believe, well, you just keep watching the videos and you keep learning in silence. You know what I'm saying? And then hey, you know, it could be that one video that you watching out loud or whatever, and then the husband hear it, and then the Lord instantly hook him. You know what I'm saying? That's all it takes is for the elect to hear the word one time, right? Because the scriptures say that my sheep hear my voice and then they follow. You see what I'm saying?
Whithersoever I go.
Whithersoever I go. Yep.
Elsewhere your children unclean, but now are they holy?
But now are they holy? You know. All right.
Yeah, that was it.
Good. Yep. And then what else you got or what else you got?
Yep. This is St. John chapter 14 and verse 27. It says, "My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me, and I give unto them eternal life, and they shall never perish, neither shall any man pluck them out of my hand."
Now is the sheep everybody? Can we prove that? Can we prove that? I know one off the rip is Matthew 15 and 24. Matthew 15 and 24. You know, let's see who the sheep are. Let's see who the sheep are. You know, because you might get a Christian Well, it says the sheep of hear his voice. I'm a lamb too. You know, or it could be a heathen. Walk up and say that. I'm a lamb too. Well, let's see who the actual real sheep are, you know? Because it's not specific, it's not specifying a particular people in that scripture. So okay, for argument's sake, let's see if you're right or wrong. Can anybody just be a lamb of God?
I got the man.
Yep, go ahead.
I'm thinking about that scripture, just thinking of it. Not all Israel is of Israel. Perfect paraphrase.
Another one is Matthew 10. Yep, okay. Go ahead.
I got the Matthew 15 and verse 24. Matthew 15 and verse 24. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
So who is he speaking? This is Yahushua speaking. He said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. All right. So when it talk about the lambs hear his voice and then follow him, the sheep hear his voice and follow him, it's talking about the lost sheep, which is the Israelites, man. The so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, Seminole Indians. All right. Because we're lost due to the fact that Esau, this devil, these gringos, if you want to go on the northern kingdom side, these Spaniards, okay, they separated us from our heritage, man. All right, they beat the shit out of us. You know, they made us worship Cesare Borgia. They made us worship Serapis Christos. They brought Christianity upon us. Okay, they brought Catholicism on us, man. You know, they changed our names. You see what I'm saying? In slavery. So we became what does it tell you? Jeremiah 17:4. Jeremiah 17:4. Discontinued. That's what we became. We became discontinued, man. Go ahead. Jeremiah 17:4.
This is Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemy in the land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever.
Right, you see what I'm saying? So it's going to burn for an age, the Most High's anger. And it did. Because we've been in America for over 430 plus years, man. You see what I'm saying? All right? And that was because the Lord was hot at us. You see what I'm saying? All right? And yeah, we became discontinued from our heritage. That's why we became lost sheep. So now through the words of Yahweh by Shai, we're becoming what? Gathered again. Right? What is it? Hosea, the first chapter. You know what I'm saying? The place where it said that we are not the Lord's people. So you got a lot of Israelites that are walking up and down the street thinking that they're so-called black people. You're not a black man. Black is a color that is void, negative, you know what I'm saying, and pretty much associated with evil. You know? All right? You're not a black person. Stop calling yourself fucking black. When you look at our skin, you know what I'm saying? It's brown, or it's a rich dark brown, like a dark chocolate. You see what I'm saying? You know, because you got them dark chocolate kind of brothers, you know. All right, we got that rich melon. You know what I'm saying? We're just melanated people, man. You see? All right, and that's one thing that Esau hates about is because that melanin, it protects our skin. You know, it goes good with the sun. And then two, it's associated with our pineal glands, which our pineal glands opens us up to the Most High. That connection. Esau don't have that. Esau don't have that connection to the Most High. And that's what he desperately wants. He wants that connection that Israel got. But guess what? You Edomites will never be the people of God, man. All right?
Their connection is the same.
That's it. Your connection is to Satan. You know, you're the physical counterpart of Satan on the planet Earth. That's all you are, and that's all you will ever be. You know? The devil that the Bible speaks of, man. You know? While you're the sons of the wicked, we're the sons of the righteous, man. You see what I'm saying? All right, that's why even when our people are all wicked, they still give some type of homage to God. When there's some type of like accolade or some type of achievement, You know, they say the first thing I want to do is praise God. Or you know, they'll if they're Muslim, I want to praise Allah. You know, which they don't have no understanding that Allah just means in the Hebrew it means power, man. You know, all right, because Allah is not the Most High's name. Most High's name is Yahweh, man. But our people have a form of godliness, but not knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
I got that.
Yeah.
Hosea 1 and verse 10. Yet the number of the children of
Now you
Israel.
know what? You gotta start up. You gotta start up. Oh, yeah, both there.
Yeah, I had it.
Probably start the top. You might want to get it in the blue letter though. Yeah, because we're gonna have to go through the words.
This is Hosea chapter 1 and verse 1. The word of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, that came into Hosea, the son of Beeri, in the days of Uzziah, Jotham, Ahaz, and Hezekiah, kings of Judah, and in the days of Jeroboam, the son of Joash, king of Israel.
Yep.
The beginning of the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua by Hosea. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua said to Hosea, go unto thee, take unto thee a wife of whoredoms and children of whoredoms, for the land hath committed great whoredom, departing from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Right. So what does it mean by we created whoredom? Alright, that means that Israel was committing idolatry. You know, you go into the book of Judges, we was worshiping Baal, Samarandis. You know what I'm saying? Our people were baking cakes unto the Queen of Heaven. We were worshiping after these Hamites customs or their gods. You know, we were committing idolatry, man. So as us being a woman of the Lord and us worshiping after different gods, that's called adultery, spiritual fornication, man. You see what I'm saying? So the Lord is having a parable between Hosea and look, take a whore, right? Because that's how my people are. They're into whoredom. They're hoes out in the street. You know what I'm saying? Doing everything contrary to me, right? All right. Go ahead.
Verse 3. So he went and took Gomer, the daughter of Diblaim, which conceived and bare him a son.
Mm-hmm.
And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua said unto him, call his name Jezreel.
Right, Jezreel, right? Which Jezreel goes into Yazrai Allah, right? Which means seed of the Most High, right? Because seed of the Most High means that we have been scattered, man. You see what I'm saying? Scattered all over. So as this word goes out, it's gathering the children unto the barn. Matter of fact, you got somebody? Go to Job 39. Job real fast. Go to Job 39. Job 39. Job chapter 39, verse 12. Job 39 and 12. Job 39 and 12. Right? Job 39 and 12. Yep. Read it one more time, Mikey.
Yep. This is Hosea 1 and verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua said unto him, call his name Jezreel.
Jezreel, which means Jezreel. Let me break it down. Yazar, which means seed, and an Allah meaning God. So Yazarai Allah, man. All right. So seed of the Most High. Go ahead.
For yet a little while, and I will avenge the blood of Jezreel upon the house of Jehu, and will cause to cease the kingdom of the house of Israel.
Right, all right, because one way the Lord calls it to cease is that he had the other nations rule over us, man. That's how the Lord calls us to cease. You see what I'm saying? And so you got Israel's all over the pockets of the world, man. You got Israel in Africa. You got Israel in Europe. You got Israel in Russia. Israel in Germany. You know what I'm saying? Israel in Italy. You know? You got Israel all over, man. You see what I'm saying? All right, so the Lord calls it to cease amongst these other nations and these other lands Okay, but now we in a time where the Lord is what gathering us back again through His word. Go ahead with that, Job.
This is Job 39 in verse 14.
No. 12.
Job 39 and verse 12. Wilt thou believe him that he will bring home thy seed?
Say what I believe him will bring home thy seed, right? So who's the him? The him is Yahushua, man. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 12. Wilt thou believe him that he will bring home thy seed?
Matter of fact, I'm sorry. Start at verse 10, because it's gonna make sense you read verse 10.
This is Job 39 and verse 10. Canst thou bind the unicorn? Unicorn with his bang?
Right. So what is it talking about? The unicorn. What does that mean, brothers? The unicorn. Close, but be more specific. Think about a unicorn. Or think about the word. Think about the word, what it means. Break the word down. One horn, right? One horn, right? So the satellites. You see what I'm saying? The unicorn, because what it has the circular shape, and then it has that one horn that goes out, but it's information being traveled from down up and then pinged down to another location. You see what I'm saying? So the unicorn is talking about the actual satellites. You know, it's not talking about some mythical creature. You know what I'm saying, that has wings. It's in a mystical forest with a horn coming out of it, because horses don't have horns coming out their head. You see what I'm saying? So it's not talking about that. You know, it's talking about the satellites, man. One horn. That's what they look like. Satellites only have one horn. You know. But go ahead, bro.
It's Job 39 and verse 10. Canst thou bind the unicorn with his band and the pharaoh, or will he harrow the valleys after thee? Verse 11. Well, thou trust him because his strength is great.
Right. Well, thou trust him because his strength is great. Because guess what? When it comes down to using the internet, right? You go on your GPS, and guess what? Your GPS is a signal being pronged down from the satellites, directing you where to go. Even when you look at it, it's satellite images. You know what I'm saying? When you're looking at the location where you at and where you're driving, that's the satellite mapping out, giving you a depiction of your layout where you at. So without trusting him, yeah, we trust in the internet. We trust in the how the Lord had Esau set up the satellites, you know what I'm saying, to for us to use, man. You know? And it's really ultimately for this word, man. Ultimately, this word was why the internet was created, and why the Lord allowed Esau to get these satellites into the heavens, man. You know? So in real time, this word can be presented right here in Cali, and it could be presented all the way over in Japan. You know, you can watch a brother out in Cali and hear the words of Yahweh Shema Shai in Japan. You know, whether it's in subtitles or if you actually understand the language. You know, you can get it in real time. That's why the Lord had the internet created, because it's supposed to gather the Lord's people. All right.
Job 39 in verse 11. Wilt thou trust him because his strength is great? Or wilt thou leave thy labor to him?
See, wilt thou leave thy labor to him? Because most jakes, which you know, I encourage brothers to start looking at street signs. You know, don't just always use your GPS to look where you're going. You know, you should have an understanding to where's your north, where's your south, what's your east, what's your west. You know what I'm saying? You should have a understanding to these things. You know, because having a sense of direction is good to know. You know, because you know you ain't got to solely just trust on looking at your phone and GPS to navigate where you're going. But majority of the time, that's the average person what they do. They look at their GPS just to know where they're going, man. You see what I'm saying? All right. Look at freeway signs. Look at street names. You know what I'm saying? Understand how you know what's a mile in a quarter, man. You know, so you got 2 miles and a half to go. understand these things. See what I'm saying?
Isaiah 39 in verse 12. Wilt thou believe him that he will bring home thy seed?
Yep, wilt thou believe him that he'll bring home thy seed? Right? Now it's talking about Yahushua. Will thou believe him? Because it's through the inspiration of the Lord that this word is traveling, okay, through the World Wide Web, all right, and it's meant to gather the Lord's elect, the seed, going back into Yazarite Island, man, all right, the seed of the Most High, all right, which are the children of Israel. That's why I say this thing is not a color thing. You know what I'm saying? This thing is a nation thing. It goes back to what seed line are you a part of? What household are you a part of? That's why you nations can't be a part of this, man. This thing is only for Israel. You see what I'm saying?
So Job 39 in verse 12. Wilt thou believe him that he will bring home thy seed and gather it into thy barn?
Gathered unto the barn. See? All right, so the elect are being what? Gathered unto, what's a barn used for? It's like a house, a holding place. So we gathered back into the house of the Lord, which really, what's the house in these days? All right, the spiritual house is the temple of the house of David, man. Being restored. The breaches of old are what? Being constructed back again. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Lord is building up, the house of David all over, right? House of Saul waxing weak, while the house of David is waxing stronger and stronger, man.
I got verses.
Yep.
This is Isaiah 34:16. Seek ye out of the book of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and read. No one of these shall fail. None shall want her mate.
Right. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. Right. All right. The scripture tell you in Revelation 1 and the third verse. Blessed is he that readeth. You see what I'm saying? And take heed to these words. You know. All right. Because these words right here is what's going to lead you to everlasting life. Remember, Yahushua said, I come in the volume of the book. You know, Yahushua said he comes in the volume of the book. You know, and you don't need to merit the Bible with any other book out there. We don't got to go and search the book of the dead, you know what I'm saying, to try to find prophecy, man. That's not a living book. It's by name, inherently, it tells you it's the book of the dead. You see what I'm saying? We're not gonna trust in no book like that, man. You know, and you got certain books out there like the book of Enoch. You know, right now you don't need to go into those books. You know what I'm saying? Because we'll get more understanding when we get into the kingdom of certain books that have been lost that actually go with the scriptures. All right, like the lost scrolls, so to speak. You know, or the book of Yasher. You know what I'm saying? And there's even a they got on the internet a third Maccabees, which goes into like the Ptolemy empire. You know what I'm saying? How Ptolemy ruled in Egypt. You know what I'm saying? Which it could be accurate or it could be off. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I looked into it a little bit, but you know what? I'm not going to that's not something I'm just going to start bringing out at camp to try to edify with. You know what I'm saying? Solely, I do know what is on point. You know what I'm saying? Because we do got beautiful teachers, you know, apostles, elders, you know what I mean, bishops, you know, that put us up on game, and we know how to rightly divide the word of truth and sincerity to where we can give it to you straight and skinny and dive into some secular history. You know what I'm saying? We got to go a little bit deeper for you know, all right, to show you how accurate this book is, which even Esau knows that this is the most accurate book on the planet Earth, man. You know what I'm saying? Still to this day, it's the number one selling book in the world. You know, which you know is crazy because right now, even China, they're trying to rewrite the Bible. That's new. Out in China trying to rewrite the Bible. You know?
In China, you get locked up for being a Christian.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They trying to get their part. You know what I'm saying? You know, because these heathens see the world coming to an end. They see the world coming to an end, so they trying to slide themselves up in there.
A slant tie fucking Jesus Christ.
Right, get your gook ass out of here. You know what I'm saying? You don't have no parts of this. And if you slant eye, you got to be like Bruce Lee or something, because Bruce Lee was an Israelite. You see what I'm saying? That's the only way you sliding in. You come again, going back to the seed. You know, Bruce Lee was an Israelite. Yes, he was us. You know what I'm saying? Could nobody mess with Bruce Lee? You know what I'm saying? Hey, Mike, what's his name? Michael J. White. Michael J. White couldn't mess with Bruce Lee. You know, that's a J. You know, shit. Even what's that dude name? Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris couldn't mess with Bruce Lee. You know what I'm saying? He was pretty good at karate and shit like that. You know, he was getting his ass whooped. You know what I'm saying?
Continuing, it says, "For my mouth it had commanded." Here's the point, and his spirit it had gathered them.
Woo! His spirit have gathered them. You see what I'm saying? And that's why you see a lot of times, you know, brothers going live, you know, setting forth that example. Cause what are we doing? We're standing upon Yahweh, which is our foundation. You know, the Lord said, I have set forth the apostles last, you know what I'm saying, to be what? A spectacle unto the world, man. You see, right now we a spectacle, we a view to the world. You see what I'm saying? Everybody knows about the Israelites, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people hate us, man. Oh, yeah. Because we cussing your ass out. We telling you what you're doing wrong, and a lot of people hate to be reproved. You know what I'm saying? People say they hate to be reproved, at least their deeds come to the light, you know? Because you don't want to be exposed for your tactics, for your wickedness. You want to just continue living your life and your evilness, man. Well, you want to live your life with that? Go ahead. You want to smoke cigarettes? You want to vape? Go ahead. You're going to get cancer and you're going to die. That's right. That's it. Point blank, period. You know? You want to be a nigga out on the street corners with your pants hanging off your ass? You know what I'm saying? With a 40 ounce? You know what I'm saying? With some gold teeth? With ox? Go ahead. Yeah. You're going to die in them streets or be right there in prison. You know what I'm saying? With them rest of them monsters of our people, man. You know? Or the Lord gonna have the time where Esau just gonna roll up in your neighborhood after some disaster, you know what I'm saying? And he gonna gun you niggas down. Cause that's all Esau is waiting to do. Esau waiting for the next disaster. And we talking about these low-level Edomites that know that society is slipping from them, and they angry.
That's what you know, the Montgomery Edomites.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna hit an old woman with a chair.
Yep.
You know, they feel some type of way about that.
Yep.
You know, Jake don't care. You know, Jake, man, it's gonna come to that's just adding a fuel to the fire. You know, them, and like you said, you know, they're seeing that their beautiful America is coming to an end.
Yeah.
You know, and what, man? They see that the so-called Negroes, like Negroes and Americans, are coming up in the power and spirit of Yahweh Shimei Al-Shai, man. You know. They don't like that. They don't like us telling them that they're going to go into slavery. Nope. You know, they don't like hearing that that America is coming to an abrupt end. You know,
and the power that they have.
Oh yeah, white
supremacy. White supremacy. You know, and the money. When you got money, that provides comfortability. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So these Edomites losing their money, their comfortability. These Edomites are not built for afflictions and hard times. So they gotta have a way to channel that anger. And guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna channel that anger on you, Jakes. Yeah. So you wanna be out here acting like a fucking nigga? You wanna be a harlot in a hole in these streets? You see what I'm saying? No guidance, half naked out there. Well, you gonna be booty for these Edomites. They gonna snatch your ass up and rape the shit out you, man. Or grape the shit out you, man. Hey, when we say these things, we talking about the prophecy that the love of many shall wax cold. You see what I'm saying? Hey, right now we live in a nation that is divided amongst itself, man. You know what I'm saying? You got the Democrats versus the Republicans. You got the left wing versus the right wing. The trans versus the not trans. Yeah, the trans versus the not trans. Shit. Here come an example. The binary, the whatever you want.
The cis versus cisgender versus the bis.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You get all type of shit out here.
You got the elves versus the warlocks.
It's like elf ears, right? Wait, what's called Roby Bay? Yeah, for the abortion. Yeah, that shit.
Pro-life versus anti-life.
Anti-life, yeah. You know, America's divided, man. You see what I'm saying? So it's gonna be wars out here. Hey, class wars, civil wars. You know, that's what's coming, man. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, you just had a politician. He got gunned down in South America, man. You know, he was a presidential candidate standing up against corruption. You know what I'm saying? They assassinated his ass. You know, in broad daylight and shit.
Was that Ecuador?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, or Venezuela, one of them.
I think it might have been. I think I seen that Ecuador. It might be Ecuador. Yeah. Which in Ecuador they had them 7-8 foot beings out there.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Which they saying they were aliens, but those they was angels. You know. But where was we at? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. We go back to the Jose. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
No, it ties in with everything. No excuses. I was reading it. Psalms 19 and verse 2.
Yep.
Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge.
Yep. Go ahead.
Spirit. You know, and I want to say basically what you're saying with the brothers, you know, on the unicorn, is the knowledge is continually out there, man. Like the brother's saying, you can watch a brother I say in China, because I've seen brothers in China and just different countries. That's an example when it's nighttime on this side, man. Yep. So the word is going consistently.
Yep, exactly. Facts. Big facts.
Day and night. Verse Psalms 19 and verse 3. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard.
See, where their voice is not heard. And when they talk about language, it's talking about the different dialects. You know, because they speak Chinese, or let's say Mexico, they speak Spanish. You know what I'm saying? Well, you got a brother that speaks Spanish out in Mexico. You got Northern Kingdom brothers that speak the Spanish. You know what I'm saying? That Spanish is hard hitting for a lot of Northern Kingdom. You know, and they get to hear the words of Yahweh Shema Shai and the names, because that's one thing I understand is the name. You hear that clear as day. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You know. And then you know, you know, and they be going hard, man. You see what I'm saying? So that no language, no matter where. Hey, I think what is it, Holland? I think they out there in Holland speaking the sign language. So sign language, you know what I'm saying, is another form for, even if you are you got the elect that's deaf. Because why would the Most High have brothers speaking sign language? You know, so you got brothers of the elect that are deaf. You know, and they still getting the word. You know, that shows how powerful this thing is, man. You know, this thing ain't enough, man. That's why Esau can't do nothing against this word. You know what I'm saying? Esau can't touch the Lord's men. You see what I'm saying? Hey, we got a job to do, and that's why we keep encouraging brothers, man. Get on your job, man. You know, when you sitting back for, what are you doing? Why you being a couch potato, man? Why you being a cheerleader, man? Get your ass up and get on the highways if you got an able body to do so. Show forth your faith, man. You know, Jake could do everything under the sun except for stand up for what is right, man. You know, Jake make time for everything else except for the Lord, man. That's ass backwards. You see what I'm saying? You know? Yeah, go ahead.
St. Matthew chapter 9 and verse 37. Then said he unto his disciples, the harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers few.
Right, because Jake got self-conscious. I don't want to be seen. What if my boss see me? What if my mother see me? My father or my girlfriend see me? Well, you better be willing to lose your girl. Because she ain't gonna, if she not down for you, she gonna leave you. And that's how this truth works. We done lost a lot of women in this truth. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna lose your family members in this truth. All right? Because it's not for them. It's only for you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be willing to lose. Hey, what does it tell you? He that shall lose his life shall gain it. He that gaineth his life shall lose it. You know? So you trying to gain the love of the world, you're gonna lose in the end. But you willing to sacrifice now, you're gonna win later on. You know what I'm saying?
Just like how Peter told to Rawchaa. You know, he said, well, we done basically we done gave up behind everything, you know. And what we gonna get? And y'all was saying, hey man, you gonna get 100-fold.
Yep.
You know, because over here, you know, the love of the world is like wishy-washy, you could say.
Yeah.
And one day they'll fuck with you, and then another day, you know, they don't.
Yeah.
You know, and
Switch
it's
fast,
hell
bro.
yeah, you know. And well, shit, man, in the kingdom ain't gonna be none of that, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Family members would betray you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With the quickness. You know. But you gotta have that mindset to not really give a fuck, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta really just believe in the Lord, and that's what it boils down to, having faith in the Lord. You see what I'm saying? All right, because everything that we saying, hey, it's gonna come a time where, guess what? A prophet has been among you. You're gonna know what we've been saying was the actual truth. Damn, them guys that I thought were just fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? That were out there on the street corners screaming at the top of the lungs, saying the white man is the devil, saying that society was going to be destroyed, this economy was going to crash, they was going to mass shit people. Damn, them guys are right. And you're going to be looking like a fool. Because at that moment, it's going to be too late for you to try to gather your thoughts, get yourself together. You know what I'm saying? Right now is to get yourself together time period. You see what I'm saying? Before destruction come past, man. You know? That's why the Lord still got us out here, because the doors of mercy is still open. Yeah. You know? And you go to the time of Noah, when he was out there prophesying for 120 years, you know, you had Israel back then. Back at that time, they was known as the sons of God. You know what I'm saying? They were known as the sons of God. They wasn't even known as Israel then. You see what I'm saying? But they was looking at Noah like, man, no, you crazy. Man, ain't gonna be no, what do you mean rain? What's rain? You know what I'm saying? What's rain? You know? Ah, man, all right. You know, I'm about to go get back with my wife, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to go fishing, man. I'm about to, you know, I'm about to go hunting. You know what I'm saying? Doing old ancient time things. You know? And Noah out there just prophesying, and all right, day over prophesying, I'm about to go build. You know what I'm saying? They be out there building the ark with his sons. You know what I'm saying? And he getting everything in perspective. And then that last and final day, probably went out there like, all right, yo, this, you know, he's preaching. And then they looked up. It probably got cloudy and just that first drop. You know what I'm saying? Fell on their face. And all the things that Noah has said just ran back through their mind. Yeah. What the fuck? And then, you know, you try to run to him. He was already in the ark. He had the animals in there 2 by 2. You know what I'm saying? And then the Most High told him going to the ark. And then when he went into the ark, the angel of the Lord shut the door to where that door could not be opened. You see, and then that's when Noah heard the screams and the cries and the bangs of the people that got washed away and drowned during his time, man. It's gonna be the same thing all over again. Same thing all over again. Begging, yeah, Noah, please. I got children. You know? the woman trying to give up your favors and stuff. Yeah. I'll be your wife. Yeah, they don't know. Get out of here. You know?
I couldn't find one exactly I wanted, but I got 2 pieces here.
Bro, there's a little bit more. Verse 38, it says, pray ye therefore, that the Lord of the harvest, that he will send forth laborers into his harvest.
Right, yeah, that's what we praying. We pray that, you know, brothers, hey, really get down for the Lord, man. You know, hey, because I mean, every brother is important, man. You know what I'm saying? Every brother part of the body is very important, whether you the pinky toe, the elbow, you know what I'm saying? Hey, the eye, you know? Hey, every portion of the body, you know what I'm saying, is very important and needed, man. But we hope that sincere brothers, not fugazi ass Negroes, man, that endure for the moment, man. You know what I'm saying? They just want to be a part of something. They just like throwing up the fist power. Yeah, brother, shalom. You know what I'm saying? It's a hangout. Go eat fucking chicken and shit. Sweet baby rays on the side of your lip. You know what I mean? You got sweet baby rays in your beard crusting up. You know, hey man, hey brother, you got down some good chicken, brother. God, man, you know what I mean? Even the salad, brother, was pretty good. You know, drinking beer and yan and shit, man. You know, the Lord ain't looking for individuals like that where you just want to hang out and have. This ain't a fucking club, man. You know, this is for exclusive members only, man. You know what I mean? Brothers that really want to sincere and get down by the Lord, we encourage brothers, man. Come get some. You know, come learn, come grow, man. Because the elect is so important that when the elect is gathered, the Lord going to bring forth the destruction of America, man. You know, it's all about the elect being gathered.
That's why scripture say for lands, for the earth, corners of the earth, basically. Because the elect. But I got that precept. I'm just saying.
Hairy legs. That is, I don't know. That was a movie. It's an abomination. Yeah. That's the Babylon.
Yeah.
Babylon.
God damn. Yeah, that's crazy. But, yeah, I got two. One got one after this. Basically talking about Matthew 10 and verse 37. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me.
Woo! You see what I'm saying? So you gotta be willing even to cast your family members to the side. And a lot of us have lost our family members, you know what I'm saying, due to this truth. You know, that becomes a stumbling block for certain individuals, losing their family members. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to be looked at or despised because they family see them in another light. You gotta be like, fuck it. You know, this is what I believe in. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have words exchanged that are gonna be hurtful. If family members gonna say some hurtful shit to you, you know, but you still gotta be like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, hey, who's right? Yeah, how about Rawchaa is right? You know, our people grew up in America far too long, and they're lost in the Babylonian sauce. You know what I'm saying? I you know, got family members that are Jehovah's Witnesses, family members that are Christians. You know what I'm saying? That are gang members. You know what I'm saying? So they're lost. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna lose family members in this truth. So you gotta have that mindset. You know what? If I come to serve the Lord, this is part of the temptation. You know what I'm saying? That's part of the hell. I'm gonna lose family members. So what? It's all for Yahweh Rawchaa at the end of the day. Go ahead.
And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me.
See, he that loveth son or daughter more than me, he's not worthy of the Lord, man. You might even lose your children in this thing, man. You know, your baby, you got baby mama drama, man. Your baby mom start turning to an extra fucking demon. She take your child away from you. You know what I'm saying? She put you on child support. All of a sudden, she want to leave you and shit, man. You know, or she might have committed adultery and you got to put her away, you know? And you try and deal with her from the far, but you're trying to stay in contact because you want to be, you know, amongst your child. Well, yeah, you might not be able to see your child as much, but guess what? You got to still continue to do the work of the Lord, man. You got to still continue to fight for Yahweh Rawchaa, man, regardless of dealing with that unfortunate circumstance. Guess what? Everything that you lose here, you're going to gain back 100-fold in the kingdom, man. That's our mind. Seek ye the kingdom first. You see what I'm saying? Everything else here comes last. The kingdom comes first, man. And that means as the Lord put us in the office, we got to take care of the Lord's business first. You see what I'm saying?
That's that next piece I got.
Yep, you got it.
Right here. Verse 38. And he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me.
Don't be like one of them goddamn Christians walking around with a big cross, talking about Jesus love you. I'm bearing my cross. Now it means you got to be able to shoulder them burdens, you know, because when Yahweh actually was carrying that cross, which, you know, I believe he had Simon. It was Simon that actually helped him, you know, because, man, the Lord, you know, that was a crucial time, man. The Lord got humiliated and he got beaten severely, man, you know, and he had to have they starved him out. You see what I'm saying? And he had to have the crown of horns on his head, and he had to have the strength to like walk like a I want to say like a mile all the way up to Golgotha, man. You know what I'm saying? And that cross was heavy. You see what I'm saying? So he needed help, man. Which spiritually, Lord, you know, he helps us, and then we got the brothers, the body that helps us. You know what I'm saying? Because we are our brothers' keepers, man. You know what I'm saying? And even Yahweh said, you know, cast ye your burdens upon me. You know, when you going through some things, you gotta know how to put it into the Lord's hands as well. Lord, I know you got me going through this for a particular reason, but Baba Kashaw allow me to get out of it. You know what I'm saying? And allow me to learn from why I'm going through these situations. You see, because there's always lessons to be learned when you're going through your trials and tribulations. You know, don't always think about it, you just taking an L for a loss. And you might be taking an L for a loss, but you also taking an L for a lesson as well. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You got that basically speaking on, bro.
Yep.
Matthew 19 and verse 29. And it reads, and everyone that had, it says, and everyone that had forsaken houses, our brethren, our sisters, our father, our mother, our wife, children, our lands, for my name's sake, shall receive an hundredfold and shall inherit everlasting life.
So you shall receive a hundredfold and inherit everlasting life. Matter of fact, what is this? What is that saying? 1 Corinthians that the light affliction is not but for a moment, yeah, grab that, Baba Kashaw. You know, it's light affliction here. That's what Paul described him as. And Paul was one of them warriors, man. He was a strong Benjamite, man. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, he went through perils of his countrymen, shipwreck out in the ocean. You know, he just landing on a plank. You know, Paul then got stoned as he was preaching the words of Yahweh Shema Shine, tossed out of the city. You know, he to the point where he even went to the spiritual realm. You know what I'm saying? So he described what he was even going through as a light affliction. So how much more the things that we go through, and it's not even compared to those things, that it's a light affliction here. You know, it's not going to be compared to the weight of glory that the Lord's elect are going to receive in these last days. You know,
you got it. Yep. 2 Corinthians 4 and verse 17. For our light affliction.
Matter of fact, read a verse up, Baba Kashaw.
2 Corinthians 4 in verse 16. It's kind of I started 16. Yeah, bad. 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 16, and it reads, for which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day.
See, there it is. See, even though the outward man perish, the inward man, it's all about the inward man, which is your spirit, is constantly being renewed day by day. You know what I'm saying? All right, hey, because your inward man is getting stronger. You know, all right, and that's why, hey, when the time of Jacob's trouble comes, and say knowledge and wisdom should be the stability of thy tongue, man. You know, because when shit go dark out here, they still talking about blackouts, man. Blackouts coming to America. Don't think that Esau ain't got something up his sleeve and he ain't getting ready to set it off. Hey, Esau getting ready to set it off. The times is growing short and the times is growing evil. Straight up. You know, I mean, right now they talking about $55 US is equivalent to $1 BRICS dollar. Show you that inflation, which what does inflation mean? Inflation means to inflate, right? Or to inflate something, but it also means that the dollar is becoming what? Devalued. And why would the dollar become devalued? Because they constantly keep printing money out of thin air. So, you know, when you go back to the Roman Empire, because we're living in Rome 2.0 all over again. You see what I'm saying? At the toes of that statue, all right, part mire, part clay, right? In Rome, they was actually doing a thing called coin clipping, where they was taking the precious metals of the coin and they were actually clipping it and then adding weaker metals to it and still circulating in society. So as they kept doing it, the value of the coin kept getting lower and lower. You see what I'm saying? So in America, all they doing is just constantly printing money out of thin air that's not backed by nothing. So the society is becoming more inflated, man. You know? All right. So now with the BRICS, you got them actually putting their dollars and they're trying to back it by gold. They're trying to back it by actual substance. You see what I'm saying? So now their dollars are becoming stronger. So now we're about to enter into a period of hyperinflation. Hyperinflation. You see what I'm saying? And you think shit is hard now? Shit is bad now? oh, it's about to get even worse. It's about to get even worse. Independence, you women that think that you independent out here, you ain't gonna be thinking you independent real soon. You about to be begging for a man to come live at your crib with you. If you got it. You know what I'm saying? That's how bad it's gonna be. You're gonna need roommates. People doing that already right now, roommating up. You got 20 cars at the crib because everybody lives in the same house. You know? It's gonna keep getting worse. That's what we tell you. This society is circling in a drain, man. You know? So things are gonna keep getting bad, and they just gonna do something to drop the society. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna try to create this reset. That's where we at in time. The reset. Klaus Schwab. Global reset. Because we know what they want to do. They want to institute the digital currency, man. All right, which is going to be a federal digital currency where they have direct control over it. Okay, it's going to be tied to your mark of the beast, man. Your CHIP. You did? Go ahead.
I got a quick piece of this.
What you had?
I was holding
Which was on before though?
I'll just finish it.
Yeah, finish that. Yeah, finish that and go back.
Yeah. 2 Corinthians 4 in verse.
You was at like 16.
Yeah, 16. Okay, yep.
verse 16, for which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day.
See, the outward man perish, the inward man is renewed day by day. So the Lord is constantly building us up. He's raising us up, all right, to be stronger for the times to come. All right, hey, these average people out here, they're soft targets. They're not going to be ready for the time of tribulation. All right, because remember, you go into the word tribulation, it means to what? Be pressed upon. You see what I'm saying? Everybody's going to be pressed out here, you know? Go ahead, bro.
Verse 16, verse 17, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal way of glory.
She is but for a moment, but it's going to work for us a far and exceeding eternal moment, man. You know what I'm saying? All right, we going to have an everlasting glory as long as we endure unto the end. And say, he that shall endure shall be saved. You see what I'm saying? It's all about enduring this thing, you know. But if you're not hardening yourself, you're not being a soldier. You know what I'm saying? You just out in fucking la la land. You know what I'm saying? Or you just caught up in the movement of the world. Because you got Jakes that are like that. They just caught up in the movement of the world. You know, you a Jake that know where every fucking function is at. Something is wrong, bro. You know what I mean? How you know where every function is at, but you don't know what's really going on through the spirit. You know, that's your frequencies is off. You see what I'm saying? You too worried about the cares of this life. You know? All right? Yeah, your priorities is messed up. And that's the spirit. Look. You know? You got Jakes that are out there thinking like that. They just partying, bullshit, trying to hang, be seen. You know what I mean? Instead of sitting in the background waiting for shit to explode, man. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Crime is to be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
Yep. That's the only thing that's coming. That's the only thing that's coming. Death and destruction, man.
Verse 18, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things that which are seen are temporal.
Right, and we don't need to see Yahweh Shai to believe. We don't need to see the kingdom to believe. You see what I'm saying? We don't even need to see the miracles to believe. The Lord has instilled that faith inside of us through the Holy Spirit. The Wadi Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. Call Halayim Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, man. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of Jakes, they don't have that type of faith, man. You know, they got to see the tangible things in order to believe. Well, show me a sign. Show me proof. What Yahweh Shai say? He said, yeah, you can grab that, and then you can also grab this faithless and perverse generation. You know, that seeking for signs. You know what I'm saying? This generation seek for signs. They got to see in order to believe what we're saying. You know? Well, you're going to see it. But you're going to see it in a time that you're going to need help from the Lord. But the Lord's not going to answer your calls when you call upon him. Because you refused, you rejected him when you had a chance of repentance. Except you chose to just be a couch potato eating a goddamn Snickers bar with your dirty socks rubbing on your carpet in your living room, man.
You want me to just get straight to the point?
Yeah, Baba, sure.
This is St. Matthew chapter 13 and verse 16. It says, but blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear.
Right, and that goes into the understanding. You see, blessed are you that have the understanding of this Bible, man. The spirit resonates with it, you know. As for everybody else, they don't have eyes to see, hey, how you going, brother? And ears to hear, you know. This word is not given unto them. You see what I'm saying? I got a quick one. You got it out.
This is Ephesians chapter 2 and verse 8. Ephesians chapter 2 and verse 8. For by grace are ye saved through faith, not of yourselves. It is the gift of the Most High.
That is, all right? It's a gift of Yahweh Shema Rashad, all right? Lord has instilled upon particular men faith. You see what I'm saying? That's one of the key substance in this thing, one of the key ingredients. You understand? Where's that one that you perverse generation? Secret at the signs. Yeah, grab that, Baba Bashar.
This is Matthew 16 and verse 4. A wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given.
Read one more verse up.
Verse 3. Matthew 16 verse 3, and it reads, and in the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the times?
Right. You see what I'm saying? You can see how the weather is changing, the sky patterns of the clouds, right? You can tell at times, like, okay, today it might rain. Might be some dark, heavy clouds, you know. Tangibly, you can see it, but can you not see the signs, the spiritual signs that are taking place, that are telling you where we're headed? You see what I'm saying? They can't see that, you know.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking about, prophesy to us to see. The only one is lies. At the end of the day, that's why we can't see it.
Yeah, tell us smooth things, tell us good things. That's a good one to grab.
And also it's because Yahweh Shah ultimately wants to jack their ass up. You know? He's blocking that spirit, according to Isaiah the 6th chapter, for them to not get healed.
Yeah.
And what they just shun the word.
Yep. That's real.
Ultimately, man, that's so Yahweh Shah could show his wrath, man.
Yep.
That's right. Ultimately, man, there's the elect and the non-elect, man.
Yep.
Right. That's what the Lord meant when he said make their ears fat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Matthew 16 in verse,
because it's it's like callus.
Oh yeah.
It's like callus over their ears. So it's like a hard piece of the skin that's blocking sound from entering in. You know what I'm saying? So Lord got like that callus over Jake's ear, spiritually blocking him, man. You know what I'm saying? Which you got angels blocking the message from him. Because really the Lord gives the power really to angels to put information into your mind. You see what I'm saying? All right. Because an example of that is they had the Lord had the angel work on Nebuchadnezzar's mind. But the angel, when he's working on Nebuchadnezzar's mind, he turned Nebuchadnezzar into a beast. Because Nebuchadnezzar had a strong mind. You know what I'm saying? And the angel had to work on his mind in order to turn him into a beastly state. So the angels get authority to work on our minds, to give us, you know what I'm saying, like certain insights. You know what I'm saying? Understanding. You know what I mean? So sometimes you don't even realize, you're like, damn, I didn't even know I really said that. You know what I'm saying? You never knew you never knew how closely you understood something, and then you realize, you're like, oh snap, your mind got unlocked to it. You see what I'm saying? That's because the Lord gave the power to an angel to do so for you.
Yeah. And it goes back both ways into the evilness, kind of like how they had the council up in the heavens.
Yeah.
You feed that lion spirit to the king.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. See, exactly. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. Well, good example.
You know, I'm thinking about what you bros getting into earlier. You know, offensive. You know, the way we can't see the truth, we was offended too. But the difference with us, the water y'all about from outside.
Yeah, I wasn't offended. I ain't speak for yourself.
Yeah.
Put me in that category. Well, put me in that category. I was like, damn, this true. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on, man.
I said, coaching.
Yeah, I was excited when I heard. I was like, hold on, man.
Yeah.
I gotta hold on. Let me calm down. Let me stop being a nigga.
Yep.
You know, God, man, I know that brother that told me the truth. I know he probably he remember that shit to this day. You know what I'm saying? I said some ignorant ass shit. You know, but I sat there and I read for the first time for till almost 2 a.m. in the morning. You know what I'm saying? And I was just hooked. I never read so much in my life. You know? Yeah, and I from there on out, you know what I'm saying, I just started getting more into the word, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you speak for yourself.
Yeah. The brother said it better though. Cut. That's why I meant to say cut. You know, you get cut or whatever, but the difference between them, we was piping because the word. I think about piping. You know, we piping up to them. We getting piped up to, but we're dancing to it though. Jake they're not dancing to it, so that's how you know that they're not really about this word, man. Because like the brother said, when he heard it, he got excited and we was dancing to it, man. That's why my point was. You know, we got cut, but we was dancing to it though. That's the difference. Difference. I mean.
Yeah, definitely got cut though. Definitely got cut. Yeah. I got cut. So
They can't get jiggy to this.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that shit is like nails on a chalkboard. Yeah, I know that. You know,
Yeah.
motherfuckers covering their ears. I mean, spiritually, they're already covered. You know.
Yeah, because the elect, they gonna turn up the volume. They gonna really be grooving to it. Get all into it. But I'm gonna get the.
I forgot that movie. What's that movie called? They See or They Live. It's an old school movie, man. But pretty much the character, he had these glasses and he was able to see the spiritual signs, obey, and you know what I'm saying, things that the average person couldn't see. And he wanted his boy to hear the words. You know what I'm saying? He wanted his boy to pretty much not hear the words. He wanted his boy to see what he was seeing. You know what I'm saying? So he was trying his hardest to fight in the alley to get his boy to see what he was seeing. And he was fighting. Jake was fighting against him. Literally, they was throwing blows. But then he finally got the glasses on him and his boy was able to see. So that's how it is with your people. It's like a fucking fight, man. It's a constant fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why the scriptures say, make our foreheads against theirs.
Hard against their foreheads.
Hard against their foreheads, Because, Jake is hard, like you said.
Nah, man, go ahead. Go ahead. Do your thing, man.
This is Matthew 16 in verse 4. And a wicked and adulterous generation seeking after a sign. Damn, son. Our people are
it don't matter about what he said. I'm just saying they gone. Northern and Southern. You see that? Yeah, bro. That's shit. And even our people need to be healed, man. See what I'm saying? Shit. Mother got spandex on with the fucking girl shoes. You see what I'm saying? God damn.
I only got one girl shoe. He left that shit. He broke it too,
Anyway, go ahead.
St. Matthew 16 in verse 4. A wicked and adulterous generation seeking after a sign, and there shall no sign be given unto it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas. And he left them and departed.
See, but the prophet Jonas, man, because Jonah, he was given a task. You see what I'm saying? That's why if you're a prophet of the Lord, you can't run from the Lord's work. You see what I'm saying? It don't matter if you try to run like Jonah. He tried to run from the Lord's work. The Lord told Jonah, "Go and prophesy unto Nineveh." You see what I'm saying? Which I believe when you go into that history, Nineveh was a prestigious place, and that was during the time of the Assyrians. You see what I'm saying? Matter of fact, somebody look up Nineveh. You see what I'm saying? Like you probably go to the Wikipedia of it, just so that we could get some edification out of that, because Nineveh was one of these like prestigious ass places, and I mean like Nineveh was huge, and the Lord told they was doing like homosexuality. They was into cross dressing. Um, they was doing some wicked shit there, you know.
That guy right there was Ninevite.
Right, you know what I'm saying? That's why spiritually America's also known as Nineveh as well. You know? So when the Lord had Jonah, he told Jonah go and prophesy against it. Jonah said he hit a hiatus. Oh, I'm out of here. You know, he jumped on a boat and tried to sail the opposite direction. Then the Lord started sending a storm towards that boat that he was on, and Jonah, the only one in there asleep. In there asleep while everybody over there on the boat, like, oh, what's going on? You know, they put two and two together, like, hold on. He sounded asleep. It's gotta be because of him. He's a Hebrew. Yeah. The God of the Hebrews is mad at him.
Yeah. It goes to show you that they were a lot more spiritual back then, even in against to like other gods and stuff.
Right. You know? So they decided to throw Jonah over the boat. You know what I'm saying? And Jonah got swallowed by, it's described in the gospel as a whale. It could have been Leviathan, you know, spiritually could have been Leviathan, you know, but Jonah was inside of the belly of a beast for really 4 days. You know what I'm saying? He was inside, say 3 days, but it's 3 days and 3 nights. You know what I'm saying? On the 4th day, that's when he got pretty much sent to, on shore to go prophesy against Nineveh. And then when he went to Nineveh, he prophesied, and Nineveh wasn't even destroyed the same time period that he prophesied against it. So that the Lord has even control over when he wants to destroy a particular nation, man. But you got some of that that info?
Yeah, Nineveh, city in Iraq. Okay, so let me go to Wikipedia.
You probably start from the top. It started from the top.
Yep. Nineveh, also known in early modern times as Kanju, was an ancient Assyrian city of Upper Mesopotamia.
Yes, it was an upper Assyrian city, man. You know what I'm saying? Which Nineveh was very prosperous, man. You know? Go ahead.
Located in the modern-day city of Mosul in northern Iraq. It is located on the eastern bank of the Tigris River and was the capital and largest city of the Neo-Assyrian Empire.
See, it was the largest city in the Neo-Assyrian Babylonian Empire, man. See what I'm saying? Because that city was very flourishing at that time. You know what I'm saying? I forget how long it was, how wide it was, but it was one of the great big cities, man. Everybody pretty much traveled to go like live it up and, you know, enjoy the festivities of Nineveh. You know, go ahead, bro. Just like Babylon, yeah. Just like how everybody comes to Babylon today, you know, they want to enjoy the festivities of Babylon. Well, they were doing the same thing out in Nineveh. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro.
It is located on the eastern bank of Tigris River and was the capital and largest city of the Neo-Assyrian Empire, as well as the largest city in the world for several decades.
Yep. See, in the world. See, tell you how big that place was. That place was booming, bro. Well,
today, it is a common name for the half of Mosul that lies on the eastern bank of the Tigris, and the country's Nineveh governorate takes its name from it. It was the largest city in the world for approximately 50 years, until the year 612 BC, when, after a bitter period of civil war in Assyria, it was sacked by a coalition of its former subject peoples, including the Babylonians, Medes, Persians, Scythians, and Sumerians. The city was never again a political.
You know what? Scroll down. Scroll down. Let's see if it talks about the destruction of it. Biblical. Okay, go to talk about the destruction of it. Sure. Let me scroll down some. Scroll down to the top. Let's talk about Jonah. Scroll down. Isaiah, scroll down. There we go. Jonah. Yeah, the book of Jonah. Go right there. This is it says the book of Jonah, set in the days of the Assyrian Empire, describes it as an exceedingly great city of 3 days journeying in beneath, whose population at that time is given as more than 120,000. Listed four cities: Nivea, Rehoboth, Kalai, and Risen. Ambitiously, I don't know if that. Ambitiously, I believe I'm saying it right. Ambitiously stating that either Risen or Kalai is the great city. The ruins of that's the second word. Camarlis and Corsiba form the four corners of an irregular quadrilateral, the ruins of the great city Nivea, with the whole area included within Programmium, they formed by lines drawn from the one to another, and generally regarded as consisting of these four cities. Yeah, go down to the right. Yep. The description of Nivea, the book of Jonah, said right there. Okay. Yep. The book of Jonah depicts Nivea as a wicked city, worthy of destruction.
Worthy of destruction. You see what I'm saying? All right, so that's what we're saying here in America. All right, America is that place that is worthy of destruction, man. You know what I'm saying? So the prophets, we here to speak and tell you that, look, America, okay, is going to be destroyed because what's being pushed here? You got the Trojan horse. You got the Trojan horse, which is the alphabet people, right? And inside the Trojan horse, you got democracy pulling it on in. You know what I'm saying? And then inside the Trojan horse is the pedophiles, man, for the children, man. You see what I'm saying? Because your children are not even safe here, you know? So the pedophiles are opening the door for, the LGBTQ alphabet people are opening the door for pedophiles to actually get closer to your children, man. You know? And that's wicked, man. You see what I'm saying? All right, that's homosexuality is rampant here in America. And that shit swings both ways for men and women. You dig what I'm saying? All right? And Lord, that's another reason why the Lord's going to destroy this place, because it's also going back to the practices of Sodom and Gomorrah, Zoar, Ziboam, and there's another one. You know what I'm saying? Because it was 5 cities during that time. You know.
I got a great precept. Yeah, go ahead. Isaiah 29 verse 16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as a potter's clay.
Yep, because Esau had the power to mold and create this society. You know, and as he created the society, this is what he created. You know what I'm saying? He created an oppressive system, okay, which was meant to destroy households and families. You see? So everybody here is divided amongst each other, broken up, confused. You see what I'm saying? Stressed the hell out, you know? All right, and really for our people, this is the only remedy to clear your mind and get yourself together, and then to have you hoping for something better. Because here in America, when you think about America, you just defeated here. You got jakes that are just giving up. They just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna be a crackhead on the street. You know, straight like for real. Jake is just like, fuck it.
In America, they give you the liberty to do that.
Yeah,
you know, because they have like these clinics where they give you free needles,
yep.
free like drug paraphernalia.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And a good place so you can a good environment, yeah, so you can just shoot up.
Yep.
You know? And you know that's bugged out, man.
Yeah.
You know, why would you have such a thing like that?
Yeah, because you know, Esau wants you to be in that despair mindset, you know. He wants you to be lost and out, and that's when he could come in and he can become your savior. You know? Like matter of fact, well, if you could get that quote, I put it on the chat. You get that quote, I put on the chat with George Soros. You know, George Soros actually called himself as he's God. You see what I'm saying? And where does that stem from? That stems from actually the scriptures, man. You know, he sits in the he sits in the like we're just gonna grab it. I don't have this quote. Go ahead, bro.
This is a quote from George Soros. It says, "I fancy myself as some kind of god." He once wrote, "If truth be known, I carried some rather potent messianic fantasies with me from childhood, which I felt I had to control. Otherwise, they might get me in trouble."
Right, you see, and you know them Masonic, all right, demonic ass fantasies he's talking about is how they want to rule the earth, man. How they want to continuously enslave and kill our people, man. Them are the fantasies of the global elites, man. How they want to destroy our people. Hey, Amos, the first chapter tell you they got a perpetual hatred in their heart. You know what I'm saying? Forever throughout the ages, these Edomites hate Israel, man. But guess what? The Most High hates you devils too. You know? We hate you devils, man. You see what I'm saying? All right? And the Lord is only using you as a tool in order to fulfill his prophecies, man. All right? And the Lord's going to he's going to do away with you in the end. That's what the scriptures say. Go ahead, bro.
This is 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 4. It says, "Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he, as the Most High, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing he himself that he is God."
See, that was in Thessalonians. When you read up in that chapter, it talks about how the son of perdition was revealed. Who is the son of perdition? The son of perdition goes back into Esau, Edom. Okay, which they're the self-proclaimed white people today, you know, but they fancy themselves thinking that they're God, and that's George Soros saying that. How much more of like the Rawchaas, the DuPonts, you know what I'm saying? The Bilderbergs, you know what I mean? These devils that are behind closed doors that you don't even hear about. They don't even reveal their identity to the world. You know what I'm saying? But we know that they're out there. You see what I'm saying? How much more do they think that they're fucking God? You see what I'm saying? You know?
That's the council of the wicked.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They be out there in these bohemian groves, you know.
Yep.
Sacrifice to children.
Yep.
You know, and then shit, man. See how we gonna keep Israel down, man.
Yep. Yeah.
That's all it is about, you know. It's Jacob and Esau.
Yep. Matter of fact, another precept to grab real fast is Isaiah 47. Isaiah 47 and Isaiah 47 and start at verse 10. Isaiah 47 and 10. You know, Isaiah 47 and 10. You know, because you thought the Most High was all together with you devils, right? You know what I'm saying? But the Most High is not all together with you. You know, it's only a time period that America was gonna flourish until the Lord was gonna start bringing this place down. All right, that's the same thing that like we was reading about in Nineveh, man. Lord only had that shit go for so long until he actually brought it all the way down. You know, because the Lord did bring about a great destruction to Nineveh. All right, so the Lord is going to do a great destruction to America, something that the world has never seen. This America is going to be the only place that's going to be completely wiped out on the map. You know what I'm saying? America's going to be completely wiped out. Desert creatures only. Nobody's going to pitch their tent here. Nobody's going to come to the shop, make money, nothing. You ain't going to build to live here, nothing. That's how bad America's going to be desolate.
Yeah, after the flames die down.
Yep.
You know, that's gonna be, hey man, that's gonna be a memorial. You know, look, that's fucking Babylon right there. You know, what you looking at? But I'm saying, that's Babylon.
Oh yeah. Come on, yep, that's real. Yep, that's Babylon. Yep, that's 100% slide. Yep, that's Babylon. That's how we're gonna be looking. Point right there, like that's Babylon, man. Shit gonna be destroyed, man. You know, we might be hovering over in the cherry, like, you know, hey, that was, man, You want to hear the story? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Oh, I got it. Yeah, go ahead.
This is
Isaiah 47 and 10.
Isaiah chapter 47 and verse 10. And it reads, okay, Isaiah 47 and 10. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me, thy wisdom and thy knowledge have perverted thee.
See, like you said, the secret council, they are trusting in their wickedness. They say none have seen me. They're doing perversion behind closed doors, witchcraft. But guess what? The Lord sees what the hell you're doing, you know? And he's even exposing things that you're doing behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? He's making you be bad, you know? Because the Lord is showing you that he's totally against you, you know? That's why y'all want to shut down the internet, because the things that are coming out against you, we actually putting it up on the internet for the world to see.
Yeah.
You know?
And then they like to hide behind that fact check. It's just been fact checked to be false.
Right.
You know? Which is a whole bunch of BS.
Yeah, because they control the narrative, you know? All right, but you can't no longer control the narrative because why? The truth is being declared. And then now, too, the main, how you brothers doing? The main name that they run from is Esau Edom. That's the main name they run from. How you brothers doing?
Are you guys casting or?
I mean, we're recording right now.
Oh, okay.
You had a question or something?
Yeah, I've seen you guys online. So I've never spoken to any of you guys. I've seen videos of, I believe. What do you guys?
If you see us online, who you seeing? Let's
Verify
verify
that. Can you verify it? Are you guys the Hebrew Israelites? Is that part of something you guys?
We're the Israelites.
Okay, right. Okay, so I've seen that on TV. I just never spoken to that.
So there's a lot of Israelites on the internet. So what particular group? What particular, not domination, but there's different groups. So what particular group?
Oh, I
that
didn't know.
you came across?
I didn't know there was. It's my first time hearing that there was different sects of denominations or whatever.
Well, yeah, there's different groups, you know. I mean, even when the time of the Lord, there were different sects of the Sadducees, the Pharisees, high priests. So it's going to be the same thing in these times. That there's going to be different groups. One has the truth, and the others have a somewhat of the truth, but it's a half truth is not the truth. You know what I'm saying? So it's basically a lie. So some of these other groups are preaching a false doctrine. So that's why I'm asking, like, what group have you come across? If you said you've seen them, you know, because they have, there's different names out there, like IUIC.
Well, that's what I just answered it. Like I have it. I don't know I didn't even know that existed.
Okay, fair enough.
All part of the same thing.
Okay, fair enough.
I just learned something there.
Fair enough.
Yeah, my thing. So I just wanted to hear what you guys were teaching about. And also, we had a question we were thinking about.
Yeah, go ahead.
Guys. And my friend here had the question. Throw it out there.
Yeah, it was like, who's God? Like, who would you define God as? Like, if so, because obviously you guys have a message, right? So what was like the message for the takeaway, right? Like,
who's God?
Yeah, let's say I'm interested in getting to know more. Where do I start, or can I start?
Okay, so first and foremost, let me ask you. So to answer your question, God's name is Yahweh. It's written in the scriptures. We go into the blue letter, right? Somebody get it, the Lord, all caps. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, go to Proverbs 18 and 10. I believe that's in all caps. Look up the word, and then Proverbs 30 and 5. Grab the Proverbs 30 and 5 first. And you got to get in the blue letter, right? So we'll answer your question, because really the Most High's name is in the Bible. But see, the thing is that you got to understand that the Bible was written in different languages. So right now we'll be reading English, but this wasn't always so to be. You understand what I mean? Like before, it was actually translated to the Old English. Like this brother has an Old English 1611 King James Version Bible. So the Lord put it on King James, which I'm gonna dispel this right now. King James was not a homosexual. You know what I'm saying? There was a certain man that actually, after King James died, you know, he started passing rumors around. The man couldn't even defend himself, you know, when he died. So those rumors were floating. But King James was an actual man inspired by God, you know what I'm saying, to actually have 70 scholars translate the scrolls from Greek, from Latin, and the Hebrew into Old English text. You see what I'm saying? So certain words you have to look into them in order to get a deeper understanding. Does that make sense?
Yeah, we're trying.
Okay.
So back to the original question.
So we're gonna answer this question. God, right? Who's God, right? So give me that Proverbs 30 and
Yeah, this is Proverbs chapter 30 and 4. It says, "Who hath ascended up into heaven, or descended? Who hath gathered the wind in his fist? Who hath bound the waters in a garment? Who hath established all the ends of the earth? What is his name, and what is his son's name, if thou canst tell?"
see what is his name and what is his son's name, if thou can tell. Meaning that this name isn't a name that's going to be given openly to everybody. So right now you have different denominations, like you mentioned, like you got Christians, you got Catholics, you know what I'm saying, Jehovah's Witness. So in these different denominations are different names. Y'all call the Savior probably Jesus, right?
That's one of his titles translated. Well, at least
that's a name that was given to him. But if you was to take away the J, because the J came about like 400 plus years ago, you know, it would be Isus in the Greek. So that's what they was calling him under a Greek title, Isus, which would be like a savior. That's still inaccurate because he actually had a Hebrew name, you know. So he's like, you already shaking your head. What did disbelief come in at?
It's not just belief.
Okay.
The thing was, he spoke out of Hebrew.
Okay. Why would you say that?
That's what that region of Galilee or that area spoke. I mean, yes, he did Hebrew, but his name wasn't Hebrew.
Let me ask you a question. Was he a Hebrew man?
Yeah.
He was a Hebrew man, right?
Yeah.
So he had two Hebrew parents, right? And they was in the land of Canaan, right? So let me ask you a question. What language the people of the land of Canaan speak?
Right.
It was Hebrew.
No, it's not red. It was red when it was common speak. We have Old English, right? Or we have High English, or we read King
Because
James.
Amharic is not the original language. Even the Assyrian Hebrew is not the original Paleo Hebrew. There's two differences. Paleo ancient Hebrew, which was spoken in the time of Babylon, which Babylon is over there in the Mesopotamia area.
No, I know,
Right?
I know
And Iraq, modern day Iraq, over there next to Syria, next to the Tigris, Euphrates River. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So these people,
I'm trying to keep you back on track.
I'm on track with you. I'm just trying to tell you that look, the Aramaic language,
Okay.
is not the language that the Lord was speaking.
Right.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 26 and verse 14.
They're gonna show you right now.
It says, and when we were all fallen to the earth, I heard a voice speaking unto me and saying in the Hebrew tongue.
In the Hebrew tongue. See? So this was the Lord speaking to the Apostle Paul in the Hebrew tongue. They don't say the Aramaic tongue, it says the Hebrew tongue. Because the Lord was a Hebrew man.
And right here, this is in red letter. It says, Saul, Saul, why persecutest thou me?
Right, because what was Saul doing? Do you know what Saul was doing?
Right. But here,
Do you know the answer to the question? Do you know what Saul was doing?
no, let me ask you a question.
Do you know what Saul was doing?
I know.
What was Saul doing?
Okay, I feel like you haven't answered any of the questions. Well, we answered one question, but we're going now. You're asking me questions, basically. So,
Because we got to get an understanding. And look, you're throwing something out there that is like you're throwing something out there that is clearly
if they already speak in Hebrew, they wouldn't say Hebrew tongue. They would
because it's in English today. So it has to bring you. It has to bring you back. Because listen. During this, listen. Hold on. What's your name? So I can address you properly.
Name is Austin.
Austin.
Oscar.
Okay, so Oscar. Am I right? Oscar. So listen, you have to understand the time period. The time period is that they were in the Roman Greco Empire. So mind you, we were taken down by the Greeks and the Romans. So guess what? A part of us being under captivity, you learn their language. Does that make sense? Do you not live in a let's say for example, right? if you were born in Africa, right, and you spoke a language out there, and then you had Spaniard people take you over to Spain, you don't speak Spanish. So eventually you're going to have to learn how to speak Spanish, right?
So you're telling me the men that wrote that verse in that chapter wrote that in a different in Roman or
It was in a
Italian
different
or
language.
Latin?
It was in a different language. Yes, I'm telling you that it was a different language. So it was specifically said that way because.
But it couldn't have been.
Listen, hold on. Going back to my point. It's specifically saying that because we're in America today. We're not originally from America. We're not originally from America. So the fact that we're just be patient, brother. The fact that we're in America, we read English. When we grew up in these school systems, right? It was teaching us English. It wasn't teaching us Hebrew. So majority of the time when we speak to our people, it's going to be in English, but you have to know the context and the time periods of what was taking place. So it's important that the Lord had it stated that way, that I spoke to him in the Hebrew tongue, because Hebrew is the purest language on the earth that the Lord said he was going to bring back to us in these last days. Somebody give me Zephaniah 9, was it 9 and 3? Real fast, hold that, give me Zephaniah 9 and 3. Because we're going to answer the scripture, I'm going to go back to your question. I'm sorry. We'll go back, answer who God is. We're going to get Proverbs 18 and 10 as well, you know. But just because you saying that the Lord spoke Aramaic. That's not.
No, I'm
that's
just
not
hearing
true.
how it's not like it could be Italian, it could be Latin, it could be Greek, but it cannot be Aramaic that they were writing that in. And then
Because we're
we're
Hebrew Israelites. We're Hebrew
no,
Israelites.
I'm not talking about the
So-
writers, I'm not talking about you.
But listen, you saying that the Lord spoke Aramaic. But I'm telling you, he spoke. They spoke different languages, but the main language was Hebrew. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Because even in Acts the second chapter, I'm telling you, look, listen. Even in Acts the second chapter, it say that they were able to speak different tongues. You know why that was? That they were able to speak in different tongues and languages. Do you know why?
Why do you keep asking me if you're not going to let me speak?
I'm asking yes or no question. Do you know why? I just want to see if you know it.
Okay, so do you know that could have been written Aramaic, and they could have said, "Hey, well, I've heard of Hebrew. Our common language is Aramaic." Yes, they know Hebrew, but
That's still inaccurate though.
you're just saying that.
I'm telling you, that's a fact. That's a fact.
You're not real supportive of it.
That's a fact.
You can't just say it's a fact. You got to prove the fact.
I just proved it. I gave you the example of what the Bible was translated from. It was translated from Latin.
No,
That's a fact. Where are you getting your resources from?
From Hebrew and Greek. Wasn't written in Latin.
You might want to go back. You might want to go back and do some studying.
Right.
Because the Romans we can look
Well,
up what
we can
look up what was the language of the Romans, and it's going to tell you in their Latin and Greek. But you just said
But they're not Greeks. Why is there Greek?
because who conquered first? Alexander. Alexander conquered, right?
Right.
And then he had his kingdom split 4 ways into 4 kingdoms.
Okay. So
At the Ptolemies, so the Seleucids,
So
the Cassander, Lacenagus.
So wait,
All right, and then you had out of the two, you had the Seleucid Empire. Out of the two, you had the Seleucid Empire and the Ptolemy Empire. One took over Egypt, and the other one took over Israel. All right, the area in Israel. So you know what I'm saying? So that was supposed to empire. So that was the Greeks.
The Gospels couldn't be Greek and
No, I'm telling you, look, in the New Testament, and we're gonna move forward. In the New Testament is primarily Greek and Latin words. That's all I'm saying.
and not Hebrew.
There's no Hebrew words in there. Old Testament is Hebrew. Old Testament is Hebrew.
And nothing in the New Testament.
What's Hebrew in the New Testament? Tell me, enlighten me.
I don't know. You already know that it's not there, so how come?
So what's your argument? What's your argument?
Well, first of all, that's when you read that verse earlier.
Go to Zephaniah. Bring that out. So now going back to the point, I'm trying to tell you again. The Lord had that said because He spoke to Paul in the Hebrew tongue because he's a Hebrew man. It's just that simple.
Okay.
Just that simple. You know, he was born of Joseph and Mary.
No.
2 Hebrew parents.
Was he born of Joseph?
Yes, he was. So you
For the marriage.
so you believe
And
so
the
you
Holy
so
Spirit.
you believe that Mary had a child asexually. That's what you call a virgin birth.
No, not asexual.
So
Not
there's no way, because guess what? Mary, hold on, let's go read that real fast, and then it's all over the place. Hold on, read that real fast.
What's that? So okay, so if we're all over, let's stop here.
No, hold on, because you're not
to
controlling it.
God.
Hold on. We're gonna go there. I'm gonna get there. Read that, because again, it's gonna tie back to you, because the point is knowing your words, looking up words. That's the whole point. So that's why we're going into the language, because the language is important. You got to be able to dissect the Bible by looking at the words. They do have a strong lexicon. You know what I'm saying? You can go buy this at Barnes and Noble. You go buy this book, and it's like a concordance. It'll actually break down the actual words for you, without you having to do it online. It's a big book, hard copy. Buy it.
Okay, let's go back to who is God.
Go ahead. You're gonna get there.
Zephaniah 3. This is Zephaniah 3 and verse 9. For them will I turn the people of it for a pure language.
Okay,
They-
so what is the people that he's gonna turn to a pure language?
They don't finish.
I'm asking you a question.
No.
What's the
You said you were going to read it, and then we're going to jump on.
What's the people?
Let's say I'm trying.
What's the people? Also, brother, go to Baruch, the second chapter, and start at verse 30. You know what I'm saying? Hold like verse 30. You know what I'm saying? The Lord shall give them these names back in captivity. You know, go ahead.
This is Zephaniah 3 and
But
verse
you don't know
9.
the answer. It's the Israelites. Just to answer the question for you. Go ahead.
Zephaniah 3 and verse 9. For then will I turn to the people a pure language,
Right, the people are the Israelites. Go ahead.
that they may call upon the name of the Lord.
That
Yahweh.
they may call upon the name of the Lord. Don't even tell them the name right now. Just say it verbatim. You know, because he's totally opposed. He's opposed. He's not really trying to learn. You know, but it's okay though, because we still gonna teach. You know, that's no problem. That's what we here for. Go ahead.
Zephaniah 3 verse 9. For then will I turn to the people a pure language, that they may call upon the name of the Lord.
That they may call upon the name of the Lord. So now we do have the names of the Lord. All right. At first we didn't have the names of the Lord, but now we understand who the actual
Say name or names.
names of the Lord. The names, we have the names, because there's two different names. It's the Most High and His Son. They have two different names. They're not the same.
Well, how can he be his son if he's from Mary and Joseph?
What do you mean? We're His sons. Are we not His sons?
What is Jesus?
A son is a son of the Most High. What's wrong? Like, what do you mean? How is that a real question?
Yeah, it is.
Like, come on now. The Most High had His son born from a man, right? From the lineage of David. From the lineage of David. It's the seed line.
Right.
So hold on. We dealing with the name. We'll go there. Hold on. Let me get him first. Now, that was it on that? Yeah, finish that and go to that Baruch, bro. Go to that Baruch, and then hold me wrong. Get that in the blue letter, the capital letter of the Lord, capital of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So we can break that down. And we'll show you. We'll show you in Hebrew.
Yeah. Zephaniah 3 verse 9. For then will I turn to the people a pure language, that they may call upon the name of the Lord, to serve him with one consent.
To serve him with one consent, right? Now, a pure language. Now, let me get you an example of what it means by a pure language and how much force that language comes with. Okay. This is what you call apocrypha, right? So in the prologue of the apocrypha, mine is all beat up, but it has a red cover. You know what I'm saying? But this is the books that were taken out by the Bible Destruction Group. So when you're reading the prologue of Sirach, okay, it tells you right down here, it says, wherefore let me entreat you to read it with favor and attention, and to pardon us where we may seem to come short of some words which have labored to interpret it, for the same things uttered in Hebrew and translated into another tongue have not the same force in them, in them. And not only these things, but the law itself and the prophets and the rest of the books have no small difference. See what I'm saying? It does the things that are contained in the Hebrew have a totally different force than the rest of these other languages. So the top language in the world is the Hebrew. So we're being brought back to that pure language. That's why, again, we're going to different precepts to show you that as us being Hebrew Israelites, now we're starting to come back to our customs and we're starting to read the language again. You know what I'm saying? And in the language, that's how you're able to find the names of the Heavenly Father and Son because they're in the Hebrew. So now we can get to what the names are. Yeah, read that Baruch and then you got that Proverbs. Somebody give me that Proverbs, yeah, Proverbs 18:10 and look up the word Lord. Read the scripture and look up the word Lord.
This is Baruch chapter 2 and verse 30. It says, "For I knew that they would not hear me because it is a stiff-necked people."
Right, like what's your nationality? You look like you a so-called Mexican or something.
Not even.
So where you from?
Doesn't
What's your
matter.
father?
Doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
Doesn't matter.
Yes, it does. What's your? How about you? You more reasonable. What's your father? What's your
I'll entertain the
what's your
point.
what's your father?
No.
It's important because
it's not.
yes, it is. Yes, it is because your nationality is important.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
No, it's
Yes, it is. It's very important. See, right. Your nationality is important because in order to determine if you're an Israelite, either you're an Israelite or you're not. If you're an Israelite, then you have a chance at salvation. If you're not an Israelite, you don't have a chance at salvation. No, you don't.
I don't tell my Jewish dad that we don't have salvation.
We're not Jewish people.
Well,
You know what Jewish means? You know what Jewish means? Jew, going back short from Judah, right, which is the southern kingdom, the top tribe. Okay, and then Ish is pertaining to me.
Again,
So we're not Jewish people. So I'm asking you. I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you a question.
Listening to you.
I'm asking you a
And now
question.
you told us that we are.
I'm asking you a question to find out because what the scripture's going into. You see what I'm saying? Your nationality matters. So I'm trying to make a point to show you something.
No, it doesn't matter. Right now, we're listening to what he's saying or what he's reading. Go ahead.
Baruch chapter 2 and verse 30. "For I knew that they would not hear me."
Right, because this is pertaining to you. That is that. Exactly. That's why I was saying that. Because it's pertaining to him. Because you're stiff-necked. You're stiff-necked.
So how am I not hearing you?
You're stiff-necked.
Listen right here.
I'm asking you to keep reading.
Because it is a stiff-necked people, but in the land of their captivity,
Right, which is America.
they shall remember themselves.
Right. Do you not believe that you're a slave?
No.
Why?
Because we're enslaved people.
So
how could I be a slave?
So you believe that you're free?
Yeah.
Do you have a social security number?
What does it matter? But I chose to.
No, you didn't.
I chose.
When you were born, you chose to have a social security
Look,
number?
it says on the document, if you choose to sign this, then you are.
Who? Your mother, right?
No, if I choose.
Your mother signed it.
No, she did it. It's my.
She signed your birth
No,
certificate.
it's my right.
She signed your birth certificate, right?
No,
That's come on.
You know why?
Is he not being reasonable?
A lot of people fall apart.
Come on.
Listen.
It's
First of all, I
not
wasn't-
everybody
first-
born in America.
first- no,
their mother had
again-
to sign a birth certificate, and then
But again, I wasn't born in America.
So where was you born at
Don't
then?
worry
Where
about
was
it.
you born at then?
So you're applying.
Was you born in
applying
America?
that idea onto my
Was you born in
stuff.
America?
So
You was born in America, so you got a social security, right? So if you have a social, if you have a social security number, you have a you know what I'm saying? Or if you have an ID, you have an ID, at least have an ID, right? Because you have to drive. You drive.
I chose to have that ID. So how am I bound by that?
But right, do you know that do you know that is permission for you to drive? That's what an ID is for.
Right. Well,
It's permission for you to drive.
on public roads. On public roads.
It's permission for you to drive.
No,
right?
On public roads. If I'm on my property, I can actually drive all day. My kid can drive all day.
So you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Come on, like,
You think I don't know the document?
come on, be real. If I'm on my property, I can drive without my ID.
Yeah.
Is that a really argument you want to have?
Well, I just did.
Seriously?
I just
Come
did.
on, man. We
You
talking
didn't
about
know-
that's what enslavement is.
I'll call my
That's-
lawyer right
that's-
now in 2 seconds.
That's
He'll
what
answer that
that's
question.
what enslavement is.
I call the top buddy.
It's
They'll tell you the same thing.
the fact that listen, Social Security and a birth certificate, it was all being sold to who? The global elites, right? Because America. Hold on.
I've been holding on. I've been here for about
America,
20 minutes holding on.
America, right, is a consuming nation, right? And it's controlled by an actual group of people.
So someone told you to buy this tripod?
I buy this tripod so I can make this. So I can do
Right,
it.
so you consumed it. So
I am a consumer. I am a consumer. I can say that. Yes, I'm a consumer. I'm a consumer because I'm a consumer because you know what? I don't produce or I don't create anything myself. So I do go to the store and I consume. But that's what the scriptures say. The scriptures say that we were going to go to the enemy for the one of all things. See, I could be reasonable and be like, yes, that is true. I'm a slave still too. I got to go to work, a 9-to-5 job. Yes. I got to get a paycheck. I'm an employee. Okay. Yes. Okay. I'm a slave here too, but you're not being reasonable in the conversation. That's the point. But so it's not easy to deal with somebody that's not being like you're not being sensible
the way you want to answer.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and thirst and nakedness and in want of all things.
Right. So majority of our people out here, you don't make your own clothes. The clothes you got on, you bought them at the store.
That's right.
All right. So you probably don't even grow your own food.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
Right. So you go to the grocery store. Right. So you're a consumer just like I'm a consumer. Right.
And
that's why the scriptures say that.
A consumer and a slave are two different things.
So we're slaves here we're slaves here under this. Even if you do make your own clothes, make your own shoes, make your own garden and grow fruit and everything like that, you're still a slave here because you abide under the laws that are presented in front of you. You see what I'm saying?
So when you, let's say, okay, if you say I'm a slave to my food or whatever, so when you're toiling the ground, you're a slave to it, or is that something you chose to do? I mean, did you choose to water that plant? How
you're missing the whole point. You're missing the whole point. So in a society, right? Because even when we got taken out of slavery, I was
never in slavery.
So yes, you was.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you was.
You keep throwing me in there.
Okay. So if you're not on this side, if you're not a so-called Mexican, if you're not a so-called Northern Kingdom brother,
I'm so-called Mexican. That's not racist.
If you're not a so-called Mexican, if you're not a so-called brother, then this doesn't pertain to
everyone in South America is a Mexican.
And this doesn't pertain to not everybody in South America is a Mexican. But
that's Guatemala. That's Guatemala. That's not Mexican.
Look. So if you're not listen, all I'm saying, listen, because you want to exclude yourself, brother. If none of these people down here as the Northern Kingdom tribes pertain to you, if your father doesn't go back to none of these people, then you're right. You're right. I'm wrong. I'm telling you, you're right. I'm wrong. Right. Then you don't have nothing to do with what I'm saying. But the point of what I'm saying is that listen,
my father go back to this. None of yours go back to this.
So who's your father then?
Mine, I already know it.
So who's your father?
Mine's on here. Yours is not.
How you know that?
I don't know. You prove it to me. I guess you can.
My father's a so-called Negro.
From where?
They born right here in America. What they got to do anything?
Is this Africa?
What do you mean? We're not even from Africa, bro.
So where are you from?
We fled into Africa.
So where are you from?
We were scattered.
Okay, let's go down to Israel.
We're from Israel. We're from Israel.
What part of Israel?
We're from Israel.
We from Israel.
We from Israel, bro. We just from Israel. We from Israel, bro. We from Israel, bro. We from Israel, bro. That's our land. Israel's our land. Wait, Israel's our land. Israel. Don't worry about what part. It don't matter what part. Israel entirely is our land.
If I told Abraham, I'm going to invite you to go back to Israel, where would you go?
Man, I'm not going back to Israel because the Lord said don't go. No, the Lord says not time. The Lord says not time. The Lord says not time to go back. The Lord says not time to go back.
When is it?
The Lord said when He comes and takes us, He's going to bring us back into our land.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's what the Lord said. He's going to bring us back to our land. So we waiting on the Lord to come gather us. We're not going to go.
So what's He going to look like?
We're not going to go and get on the plane and go back to the land.
So what's He going to look like?
So go back. Read that book again. Read that book, bro. Read that book, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know I can't read.
Oh, I am.
No, you're not.
You just don't like my reason.
All right. Anybody that has a dialogue knows when somebody can conversate back and forth.
Well, yeah, you know I told you I'm part of this. I told you I'm part of this. I already agreed with you.
Explain how. What tribe do you see yourself and what's your father? Be honest. Because I don't want to play the games of back and forth with you if you're not going to be honest, bro.
I am honest.
It destroys the conversation.
I already told you that.
Because I'm not going to keep doing this with you. Go ahead,
Baruch chapter 2 and verse 30.
We're going to keep doing this.
It says,
I like this.
For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people,
right.
But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves.
We got to get the Lord, though. All right.
Right? They should, in the land of captivity, they should remember themselves, right? So we remember ourselves. Now we know who the name of the Lord is. All right. So now go to Proverbs 18 and 10. You know what I'm saying? I read that and then get the word Lord out of it, so we can show this brother.
This is Proverbs 18 and verse 10. The name of the Lord is a strong tower.
Right. So we know that the name of the Lord is a strong tower. Right. Go ahead.
The righteous run into it and is safe.
Right. So that's a defense for us. All right. So a tower is a defense. So that's our defense. We call on the name of the Lord. That's why we protect it. You see what I'm saying? All right, and we behoove, brothers, to turn back to the Lord. Like, bro, you got your beard on you. Y'all both got beards on you. That's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you get a lineup, don't get no lineups. Grow your beard out all the way best you can. You know, that's part of your customs. That's part of us being a man. You know, also us learning the names of the Lord as well. You know, those names are important. So grab the word Lord and all caps in the blue letter. Now, let's show this brother right here. Show this brother on your phone. Look. Now, if you see right here, these characters, can you see it? You can come closer if you can't see it. If you see this character, that's the Yah, that's the Ha, and that's the Wa.
It's your head.
No, that's Yahweh. That's Yiddish, what you're talking about. That's Yahweh. And this is Assyrian Hebrew, not Paleo Hebrew. This is Assyrian Hebrew. So we still understand how to read the Assyrian Hebrew as well. So what is it pronunciate to? What's it pronunciates to? It's I. That's the first letter.
No, it's Allah.
So it's the existing one, or he exists. That's what it means. So when he was speaking to Moses on Mount Sinai, or they call it Mount Horeb, he was saying that I am, saying that he is the existing one. That's what his name means. You break down his name, Yah meaning he, and then Hawa meaning to exist. You see what I'm saying? He's the existing one. All right, so that's the Most High's name. Oh, you got it right there too. You got it right there, yeah. So here's it even bigger. That's the first letter, I. You see what I'm saying? I. That's the first one. All right, I. We have the Hebrew alphabet. You see what I'm saying? I wish you had the Assyrian too. Oh yeah, the Assyrian and the Paleo. The Paleo's at the bottom. I, the Ba, the Ga, the Da, the Ha, and the Wa. All right, you can see it for yourself. I believe it's about like 22 characters, you know. So we understand Hebrew. We understand our alphabet, our characters as well. And we know the names of the Lord. If you want to go break down the Messiah's name,
So if I bring you
hold on, brother. No, if you want to go to the Messiah's name is actually Joshua in English. The Messiah's name. The Messiah's name in English is Joshua. That would be the correct pronunciation, right? Because when you break it down into Hebrew, Moses, what he did, Moses, what he did was he surnamed Joshua. At first, his name was Hoshea. His name was Hoshea. So Hoshea in Hebrew is Rawchaa. That's Hoshea in Hebrew, which means deliver. Now, what was one thing that Joshua did? Do you know what Joshua did?
He was with people in the wilderness, took over for Moses.
Right, and he was with Caleb, and they delivered the younger generation into the promised land, which the promised land is Israel. So before he did that, Moses surnamed him Joshua. He added the Yah unto Rawchaa. You see what I'm saying? So it's Rawchaa. That was Joshua's name as well, because his name was a nomen omen. Look up what a nomen omen is. All right, because it's like a name prediction. It was said what he was going to do, and that's what Joshua went to go do. He cleared out all the other nations, which are the Jebusites, the Perizzites, right? You know what I'm saying? The different Hamite nations that are not Israelites. You know what I'm saying? And he removed them out of the land, and then we took over. See, because he delivered us into the land, which was said to happen. Go ahead. Read it. Yeah, read it.
It says, nomen omen is Latin for name is a sign.
A sign. Go ahead.
That is, it means that a name represents what a person who bears it is like.
See what that person was like, what he was going to do. So Joshua, exactly what was said, his name to be, he delivered the younger generation of Israel into the promised land. So the same name for our Lord is Yahushua. What is he going to do?
let's get a couple scriptures on that. Go ahead.
This is St. Matthew chapter 1 and verse 21. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahushua, for he shall save his people from their sins.
For he shall save his people from their sins. You see what I'm saying? So Yahushua also going to clean us up spiritually, and then he's also going to have a second return to where he's going to come back and deliver us. You see what I'm saying? And that's going to be a nomen omen as well. He's going to come and save his people from what? The hands of our enemies. Because right now you are in enemy territory. You see what I'm saying? We're POWs, prisoners of war, right? So the only thing that we're doing is prophesying, speaking to the ears of our people, saying, look, the Lord's getting ready to come back. This is how you can identify yourself according to the book of Ezekiel, the 37th chapter. When you read that chapter, it talks about how there was going to be two sticks, right? One for the southern kingdom, right? One for the northern kingdom. And the Lord was going to give us the spirit again. He was going to bring to life that great and exceeding army. So that army is back to life, which is the Lord's people. So here in America, like we were going into earlier, we probably got to go back to Hosea. Go back to Hosea. Because here in America, this is the land where we was called the people not of God. We grew up here thinking that we're so-called Mexicans, we're so-called Puerto Ricans, we're so-called Guatemalans, we're so-called Native American Indians, we're so-called blacks. We didn't know who we were. So the Lord had to stir up our pure minds by way of remembrance.
Well, Mayans knows that they're Mayans, so how do they not know who they are?
But that's not their biblical nationality. Their biblical nationality goes back to one of the sons of Jacob. That's their biblical nationality. We were called under one man's name. Yep.
Hosea 1 and verse 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea.
Now read up a couple verses, like maybe 2 verses. Read up a couple verses. Start at verse 6. Start at verse 6.
Okay.
Hosea 1 and verse 6. And she conceived again and bare a daughter, and God said unto him, call her name Rawchaa, for I will no more have mercy upon the house of Israel, but I will utterly take them away.
Right? Was that happen? Go ahead.
Verse 7. But I will have mercy upon the house of Judah. It will save them by the Lord their God, thy power. It will not save them by bow, nor by sword, nor by battle, by horses, nor by horsemen.
Right, because when the Lord comes, how do you think the Lord is going to come? Like, in what fashion do y'all think the Lord's coming? Y'all even believe that the Lord's coming? Y'all even believe that?
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you think the Lord's going to come?
That's what we want to know.
Well, I'm asking you. You can give. I mean, if you don't know, say you don't know. I respect
I
that.
don't know.
Well, how's he gonna come then, since you know?
But I didn't come here to learn from myself. I came here to learn
Well,
from you.
I'm asking you a question. Can you answer my question? How is the Lord gonna come?
You tell me that.
But you said you know.
Yeah, I know.
So how is he gonna come?
Well, you tell me that.
So I'm thinking he's
No, I already know. So like, I already, if I already know, why not being real? Like, if I already know, why do I like? I already know.
Like he's more respectable, you know. But this guy is not. Well, they're not respectable.
Go ahead and tell me.
But go ahead. Go to Revelations 1:7. Revelation 1:7. How the Lord's coming. Revelation 1:7. All right, which revelation means to reveal. Who is it revealing? It's revealing the Messiah. John on the island of Patmos.
It's revealing him at the end.
John on the island of Patmos. Yeah, it does speak about the end. Lord coming.
Right, but it's revealing the Messiah at the end. I thought it was
It's revealing the Messiah. It's revealing the Messiah also at the end as well. And Revelation goes into different time periods and different historical accounts. So depending on what chapter what we're going into, it depends on that time frame. So right now we're talking about these times right now when the Lord's getting ready to come back.
It's been about.
Go ahead, bro.
Revelation chapter 1 and verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds.
Right. So what do those clouds represent?
Clouds.
No.
Oh, so clouds don't mean clouds.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
What is clouds?
See, I thought you knew.
Well, I don't know. You just told me that.
That's why. Grab that in Ecclesiastes.
Water doesn't mean water. Air doesn't mean air.
Keep thy foot.
Fire doesn't mean
No,
fire.
because the Bible is an allegory. It is a parabolical book.
So just change
That's
anything
why.
you
That's
want.
why. That's why. You know what? It's not given to all of Israel. That's why you need the teachers to teach. And you need the students to listen with their ears and learn. You're not gonna never listen. And you're not gonna never learn because you don't listen. You think you know it, and you really don't
But
know.
I've been telling you
Don't
that I
know.
want to learn.
No, because I asked you. You said you knew it. You clearly said you might be new, and I asked, so what is it? And you can't explain it.
Oh no, I can explain it.
Go ahead.
You're not gonna let me finish.
Right.
Ecclesiastes 5 verse 1.
It's all right. The brother had a speech impediment. It's okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know. Keep that foot when thou goest to the house of God, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools.
Right, you in a house of God right now, but you looking like a fool because
This is a sidewalk in Coop.
so what? The house of God is a spiritual temple.
Right.
So you in it right now.
No.
That's what I'm saying. You don't have no spirituality. You keep talking, but you're making
Spirit of
yourself.
God is
You're
inside
making yourself.
Temples inside
You're making yourself look like a fool. We are the temple. We are the temple. That's why you're at church
So is
right
he
now.
outside or is he inside?
The church is right here outside. Brother, I just told you, yes. The church is right here outside. Wherever we go set up at, this is the church of God.
So I'm in the church right now.
You're in church right now.
Okay.
Yes.
What does church mean? Why are you asking me with all this stuff? You're supposed to be teaching me. You guys are the ones making the
Because we
video.
want to see if you learn it. But you can't learn because
You haven't taught me yet.
we teaching right now. But you're proud,
Bro,
bro.
how you asking me a question
You're
if you
proud.
haven't even taught me yet?
Because we want to see if you're gonna actually reason. Can you reason?
Oh,
with
I'm
it?
reasoning.
You're not reasoning.
You just don't like
You're not
it that the
reasoning.
reasoning is not
You're
going your way.
not reasoning, bro. You're not reasoning. And then it doesn't matter about our way. You keep saying our way. We don't care about our way. We care about only the Lord's way.
We've been out here 45 minutes.
That's
and
right.
we Still,
That's how I already
after
answered.
that
I already answered this question.
But that was it.
Did I not answer your question? I showed you in the Hebrew what the Lord's name was. I even told you who the Messiah's name was.
We didn't ask for his name.
What
Well,
did I ask?
I think my question was more along the lines of like who. So who's God? I understand the who probably could have been a little leading to the name, but I just meant like.
You
So,
want to know? You want to know who he is? Get Daniel's 10:5.
and then how
Get-
does?
Get Daniel's 10:5. And then how does what?
But I would interject really quick just to ask though. So if your name and heritage doesn't go back to this order right here, somebody whose lineage does not lead down to that, there is no way they could be right with God according to what you guys would teach.
If you're not an Israelite, there's no way for you to get right with God. There's no way. Because do you know what sin is? What is
Yes, and
sin?
missing the mark of God's holy standard.
No. That's not it. What is sin? Be more specific what sin is, because we're gonna read it to you. So what is sin? Do you know?
We just
And if you don't know, just say you don't know.
No, you know. We just
Okay, so what is it?
we just told you.
Say it again.
You didn't
Hitting
hear
this
it.
mark?
So it's a
What is
at
sin?
least from my understanding with the Hebrew word for sin, at least from what I've been taught, is it is a term for like archery. So it means like missing the mark. At least that's what.
But you got to talk, right?
Mhm.
All right, so
So how would-
get what sin is real fast. Get what sin is.
That would be
So-
like a basic definition. If I
So,
can go.
so we're gonna show you what sin is. Brother. Don't worry.
Okay.
We're fair. We're gonna show you what sin is. Get sin. We'll show you what sin is. You know? And we'll let the scriptures talk. Yeah, First John 24. Maybe, yeah, grab it. Yeah, you know. Let's start, getting in your sword. Yeah, go ahead.
This is 1 John chapter 3 and verse 4. Whosoever committed sin transgresseth also the law.
Uh-oh. So who was the law given to?
God's people.
The Israelites, right? Mount Sinai, Moses, right? He went up, talked to the Most High. He came down, face was shining, right? And the laws was written on stone, right? To who? The Israelites, right? So whosoever committed sin transgressed the law. So if the law wasn't given to other nations, how can they sin? Make sense?
Well, I think Romans 1 talks about that a little more or less, where it says like even though the law wasn't given to them, they're a law unto themselves because they know what is right.
And that's talking about, I know what you're talking about, that's the second chapter. That's the second chapter. But they do
Chapter 1, no.
it's the second chapter,
Is it?
but
Okay.
they do the things according to the law. So we fell away from actually following after our customs when we got brought into slavery. But you still had our people like the Native American Indians. They were still here on America's soil. They were still wearing fringes. You still see that to this day. Like you'll see certain like so-called Mexicans, so-called natives, they'll still have like fringes on their garments, on their clothing. That was symbolization for the laws. See what I'm saying? So we were doing things according to our law, but just didn't know that we were doing it. So it was something that was written inside of us, but we were doing it indirectly. You see what I'm saying? So that's how we knew that those were the people. You know, like for example, some people don't eat pork, but they don't know why they don't eat pork. That goes back to our law because we're not supposed to eat pork. See what I'm saying? So that's what that was going into. We became Gentiles, because I know you're leading to the Gentiles. A Gentile is either two things: a natural Gentile, which is other nation, or a Gentile is a stranger, somebody that is separated from their customs. So we became Gentiles, strangers to our customs. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense?
It says, for sin is the transgression of the law.
But sin is transgression of the law. So to answer your question, no. Now, to go even further, let's go even further. Go to Ezra's 4:1. Go to Ezra's 4:1. Ezra's 4:1. Ezra's 4:1. Okay, go ahead.
Ezra 4 verse 1. Now when the adversaries of Judah and Benjamin heard that the children of the captivity built a temple unto the Lord thy power of Israel.
Right, because this time, when you go into this account of Ezra, this is going into the time of the Persian Empire. Okay? Now, first in the Persian Empire, you had Cyrus the Great. Cyrus the Great was the one who did write a decree for us to actually go and rebuild the second temple in Jerusalem, because we were in captivity under the Medes Persian Empire, right? So when Cyrus came into power after he beat Arstiges, you know what I'm saying, and took over the Median Empire, which is over in the Mesopotamian area, he actually allowed the Israelites to go back to the land and start building. But the heathens actually found fault, and then they made it to where we stopped building. So it came to the point where Cambyses II, and then his brother Smerdis had a son named Darius. That's where you get Darius the Great of Persia. He allowed us to finish the building of our temple. This is part of our actual secular history. You can Google all this. Go ahead.
Continuing in Ezra 4 and verse 2. Then they came to Zerubbabel, like pronounce it, Zerubbabel, to the chief of the fathers, and said unto them, let us build with you, for we seek your God.
Right. So the heathens came to Zerubbabel like, let us build with you, so that way we can serve your God. Because there's time when the other nations wanted to be a part of what we have going on, right? But they can't be a part of us because they're not of our nation. And out of all the families of the world, granted, Amos the 3rd, I think it's 3:1. Out of all the families of the world, these are the other nations the Most High have not known, but Israel have we known. That's why he punished us the hardest. Because when we go off and we sin, we get punished. When they go off and sin or do things that if we do it, they don't get punished for it, but we do it. That's what God does to us. Go ahead,
Amos chapter 3 and verse 1. You only have I known of all the families of the earth.
Right, because there's many families of the earth. There's different nations. You got 17 nations on the earth, and we're gonna name some of them. You got today the Chinese will be called in the biblical times Moab. In biblical times, you got the Japanese, which would be called the Ammonites. You got the so-called white man today. In biblical times, he would be called the Edomites. And in biblical times, you got the Polynesians, Samoans. They'll be called the Japhites. So you got biblical names for actual modern day people today of other nations. Those go back into the heathens. Psalms, the 83rd chapter, talks about how the heathens came actually against us, the number one being Edom, trying to do away with our people. They want to cast us away. That's their whole goal. They still carry the same sentiment today. You see what I'm saying? So our job is to be like, look, we try to warn you, separate yourself from these people, all right? Because we cannot coexist. We cannot come together. It's not possible. Because at the same time, listen, when you have a hierarchy, you have a ruler, it's inherently known that the ruler has subjects. You have vassal states, and then you got servants. You see what I'm saying? So right now, like vassal states will be like those that are aligned with America. You see what I'm saying? But the servants are those that build up and work. We're the servants. You see what I'm saying? And the hierarchy would be like the Rothschilds, the DuPonts, the global elite families. They'll be like the higher ups. So anybody that's on the high seat, they're inherently going to have slaves. Right now, we're slaves. But that's not going to always be the case. The case is going to change to where these nations that are above us now, they're going to go to the bottom and we're going to rise to the top. So inherently, as we rise to the top, we're going to inherit them as servants and slaves. And some of these other nations will be our vassals, vassal states, where they'll actually have some type of authority to keep the other nations in check as well. You see what I'm saying? It's all throughout history. It happened several times. You know, only here in America they teach about peace and love, and there's no such thing as peace and love in the world because there's still racism and hate going on throughout all the world. White supremacy is still at an all-time high, still up to this very moment. You're not going to be treated like an equal, never. If you're amongst so-called white people, they're going to always look down upon you. Yes, they're going to always look down upon you. Try, go hang out with them. Go ahead. It's so funny. I
got that word for families. It's H4940. It's mashpacha, and it goes into a tribe, a people, a nation.
Yep.
For that family.
Yep. A tribe of people, a nation. Yep. So out of all the families of the earth, Israel had the Lord only know.
Continuing, it says, therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquity.
The Lord will punish us. So the Lord did punish us because that's why we're here in America, brother. We're here in America because we're punished.
But see, that's the problem. How is that? Like, the Lions are already here. So how are they punished? And the Eagles are already here. How does that happen? And some of the Dominicans are already here, and Indians are already here. But so how are they being punished? They're already here.
Okay. Well, just to put it in a nutshell, you got what is known as the Assyrian captivity, right? So in the Assyrian captivity, you had the Northern Kingdom brothers. The Northern Kingdom brothers started from Ephraim and on down, went into captivity under the Assyrians. So the 10 tribes went into captivity. So after they broke away from the Assyrian captivity, they traveled down the Straits of the Euphrates River. They traveled down the Euphrates River. They traveled through the Persian Gulf, entered into the Pacific, and came over here to America. That's how they landed over here. Because America was already founded. Like the founding fathers of America is not on those stones. And what's that? Georgia? What's that? Washington? The founding fathers? What's that at? Washington, one of those places. I'm pretty sure you know. Yeah. But those ain't the founding fathers. So our people were here before those European settlers got here. So how did they get here? Was because they left from their captivity.
So if I go to Central America and I see Mayan ruins, are any of them going to be Hebrew and say that they were part of that?
Mayan, so those Mayan ruins, are they temples? Or are they like the pyramids, right?
The temple pyramids.
They're pyramids though. But majority part they're pyramids though, right?
Majority, but
so look. Don't you think that's a clue?
The what?
Who built the first pyramids?
Pyramids is not a complex thing.
We built the first pyramids in Egypt. We were the original ones in Egypt.
Oh, you were?
Yes. We were the original ones. We went in 70 and came out of a bigger nation.
So how did it happen?
Joseph.
No, how did you build it?
Oh, I wasn't there at that time.
Oh,
I mean,
you did it. Like then you didn't build it.
What do you mean we didn't build it? We built it. We built the pyramid. That's why it's the same architect as it is where you're talking about. Because it's the same people that was in Egypt that were forced into bondage, that were putting the clay together, that were putting the rocks together.
There's no pyramids in Uruguay.
It doesn't matter. It's not
There's no pyramids in Cuba. There's no pyramids in.
And they don't have to be all over the place. The point is that the same people that built the pyramids, we are the same people connected. It's just a clue. It's a clue. Whether you want to believe it or not,
That's just got to be that strong.
It's just a clue. It's a clue. If you don't want to believe it, you don't have to believe it.
But it's a clue.
I know.
I'm just-
The American Indians don't have any pyramids.
I'm telling you, listen, it's a clue. It's a clue. It's just a breadcrumb. It's a spiritual breadcrumb. You gotta be spiritual, bro. It's a spiritual breadcrumb.
Breadcrumbs, bro.
It's a spiritual breadcrumb, so that way you can know that look, these people, the so-called Negroes and the so-called Hispanics, were all in the same captivity. We say Hispanics because the majority of the Northern Kingdom tribes look closely to the Hispanic.
My daughter's
This is
white and she's Cuban. So how does that one work?
So you're Cuban it.
No. You know why I threw that in there?
Because you want to talk about her mother. Her mother's Cuban?
No, don't worry about how that happened. But see,
That's confusion.
You know why?
That's
You know why?
confusion.
You know
No,
why I
that's
do that?
confusion.
You know
No,
why
I don't
do that?
care
Because I'm
about
sending
that.
you for a
I don't
race.
want to.
You're trying to grasp on race.
I don't want.
You're all about race. That's all you're trying to grasp at.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. What does race mean?
Well, you're always talking about it. I mean, you probably know.
What does race mean? Can you
You're
just answer a question?
You told me I was an
Okay.
Mexican. You told me I was something.
I don't know what you are. I'm trying to
That's
find
why
out.
I'm like, that's why I'm calling you crumbs, bro. Like, I'm just because
That's what I'm saying. You ain't
wild, man. Deceiver.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not a
You're
deceiver.
unreasonable. Yeah, because we can't get. We're going in circles. It's like a dog chasing
Because
tail.
you need it. You need that.
We don't need it because we about to leave anyway. We about to leave anyway. So
Okay.
like,
Well, it was nice meeting you guys. It was nice actually speaking to you
do
guys.
you have any more questions? Because honestly, I'd rather talk to you. Like your friend Oscar, he ain't reasonable. Yeah, he's got demons on him. I would suggest he might be a friend. He might be a friend of him. I don't know. Y'all grew up together. I don't know. That's not nothing to do with me. But bro, if you really want to learn God and you really want to know who the Most High and His Son is, because you look like an Israelite for sure. He looks like an Israelite too, but he's an asshole. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't want to deal. He's not really trying to learn. He thinks he got it up here. He's totally wrong.
I mean, I got
So
it,
he's
but
gonna lead you to your destruction, bro.
I don't
The more you stick around him,
he's not my slave.
the more you stick around him,
and if he is,
you're gonna be filled with thoughts
he's not my
that do
slave.
not coexist with the scriptures, what the scriptures say. You know what I'm saying? So the more you be around him, he's gonna lead you down a path of destruction. Mark my words, brother. Come get with brothers that are sincerely trying to wake up their people, that are really trying to teach you about the Lord, so that way you and your house, I don't know if you have children, whatever, but it's going to be on you if your household is saved. The Lord have mercy on you, bro. So come really learn about the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we're here for. We're not here for the games and the back and forth. And we really want to teach our people. We really want to teach. We really want to teach our people that are really trying to sincerely learn. You see what I'm saying? So you look more sincere, brother. I'm be honest. You know, a spiritual discernment, bro. You look more sincere. Him, on the other hand, he look like a lost cause. You can hear by his conversation. He's not trying to dialect. He's not trying to really learn. He just keep talking, throwing things out there, creating confusion. And we're not going to get nowhere if there's confusion here. We need to be on the same page. That's what the scriptures speak about. Be like-minded. How can we come together if we're not like-minded? Obviously, he got his own views and beliefs. So whatever he believes, he can go teach that to the world.
I'm not teaching
Well, what we believe, we're standing here, we're going to teach it correctly according to how the Lord told us to teach it. And then at that point, it's up to the Lord to open your mind to bring you into his mercy. That's it. Because we can't even save ourselves. But we're doing what the Lord commanded us to do. Matter of fact, let's go to Romans 12. You know? Let's go to Romans 12.
This is Romans chapter 12 and verse 1. I beseech you.
So what's the last thing you want to learn, bro? What's the last thing?
Oh, it was just how does one come out to God? And I think the baseline I had was if your heritage or lineage doesn't follow this.
Okay, so yeah, finish that in Ezra's. Finish that in Ezra's. So we'll finish that in Ezra's. So again, answer your question. I did answer it. I said no. If you're not an Israelite, you cannot be saved. Point blank period. That's no. You're an Israelite, bro. Trust me. You're an Israelite. You're an Israelite. Trust me. I can see in his spirit. His spirit bear witness that he's an Israelite. Okay. You know what I'm saying? You more on the brothers. You're on the skeptical side, but I think you're a Jake. I just think you probably learned from a theologian somewhere. You learned from somewhere.
Went to school, huh?
Yeah, you did something.
So listen to the guy in the street.
Yeah. See,
bro,
he wanted. Bro, yeah, he wanted them. Go ahead.
If I called your mom or dad Satan, would you be happy with that?
Man, you got it. I mean, yeah, you're sorry, dude. Go ahead.
Ezra 4 verse 2. Then they came to
Zerubbabel,
and to the chief of the fathers, and said unto them, let us build with you, for we seek your God.
Right. So these are the heathens coming to Zerubbabel asking, we seek your God. Go ahead.
As ye do.
Mm-hmm.
And we do sacrifice unto him
Mm-hmm.
since the days of Shurdan, king of Asher, which brought us up hither. But verse 3, but Zerubbabel and Joshua and the rest of the chief of the fathers of Israel said unto them, ye have nothing to do with us to build an house unto our God.
There's your answer. You have nothing to do with us to build with our house into God. So even though they want to serve our God and they want to get down with us, they have nothing to do with what we're building. They have nothing to do with it. Only Israel can call back on the names of the Lord. Only Israel can sin. Only these people on the sign are going to be saved in the last days. And then I'm going to tell you like this. Not everybody on this sign is even going to be saved in these last days. It's only going to be a small remnant, bro. And we hoping that we're going to be saved, brother. That's why we out here to preach the real gospel, because we coming into some times where America getting ready to be destroyed. Trust and believe that. America's getting ready to circle in the drain. The lights is getting ready to go out. Chaos is going to be all throughout the streets. Stores are going to be shut down. The devil, which is the so-called white man, he's getting ready to mass microchip. He's getting ready to mass microchip the masses of the people. And we're telling you, look, when he presents this mark, don't take it, bro. Don't take it. Because according to the book of Revelation 14:9, the Lord said anybody that take it is going to receive that lake of fire. That lake of fire is dealing with World War III, when they shoot off them ICBM missiles. The Lord's going to have to come during that time, okay? Because them ICBM missiles are so advanced, they're hypersonic missiles now. So they're so advanced that in 20 to 25 minutes, they're going to come from one continent to this continent, okay? That just that fast, and the Lord's going to have to come in the twinkling of an eye just to save his chosen people. So in order to be saved, you got to present your body as a living sacrifice. Now let's get that.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 12 and verse 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice.
That's what we're doing right now. We're presenting our bodies as living sacrifice. We come out here, yeah, in this man's eyesight, we look foolish. Okay? And everybody else's eyesight, we look foolish. That's okay. That's fine. But guess what? We're doing one of the greatest office and commandments that the Lord said to do, besides anything else on the planet Earth. This is the greatest thing to do. We're showing the Most High that we truly love Him. What's love? And action, not just a say so, not just us verbally saying we love Him. We out here showing forth our love and hoping that He gives us love back by saving us. Go ahead, bro.
Holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service.
This is our reasonable service. This is what's holy. This is what's acceptable, because this sacrifice is what's going to allow us to be saved when the time comes. That's what we're hoping for. Because it's going to get bad out here. It's called the time of Jacob's trouble. That's what's coming to America. Jeremiah 30:7. You can read that yourself. You can read Matthew 24th chapter. They tell you about a time of tribulation that was like never before seen on the planet Earth. Times are going to get bad, brother. If you don't look at the world now, things are getting bad. Things are getting harder for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is seeing how things are getting tight, especially financially wise. Things are going to hit hyperinflation real soon. Pretty soon, everybody going to be homeless. You know what I'm saying? And they're breaking down a society where it's going to be just two classes. It's going to be the higher upper echelon, and it's going to be the lower class, the peasants, the slave. We're going to be pushed at the bottom. You know what I mean? That's how bad it's going to be, man. Realistically, they're cutting out the middle class. They're doing it strategically. They're breaking things down piece by piece and setting up a military all around this. So when the time comes, anybody wants to rebel, they're going to lock you in the cities. And you're not going to be able to go out. You're not going to be able to come in. You're not going to be able to go to the store and travel. You know what I'm saying? Buy food. Things going to change. Watch these different apocalyptic movies. Don't look at them for just entertainment. Look at them as, oh, this could be a real life scenario. They got a show called Black Mirror. Check that out. Go ahead. Let's stick on this. Let's stick on this guy here. You know. Yeah, keep reading on that. Keep reading on that. Yeah.
Back in Romans chapter 12 and verse 2, it says, and be not conformed to this world.
Right, and be not conformed to this world. You see? Because look, this world is predicated off of lies. Okay? And one thing they want to do is keep you deceived. This government that is currently ruling over you is deceiving everybody here.
The only ones that are awake are the Lord's chosen people. We're the ones watching, seeing everything that's going on. We're the ones filtering what's going on in society, and it goes back to Bible prophecy, everything that's taking place. So we're standing upon our watchtower, and we're sounding the alarm. We're ringing, ding, 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 ding. We're trying to sound the alarm, let you know, like, hey, the enemy is coming. Evil is coming. And it's time for you to gear up. It's time for you to gird your loins like a man. It's time for you to get your mind right. Because when these times come, if you don't have the faith for the Lord, if you don't believe in these scriptures and really trust in those holy names, you're not going to make it out. That goes for myself. That goes for this brother. That goes for this brother. If we don't serve the Lord and trust in those holy names, we're not going to make it. All those that trust in the name of the Lord, they're going to be the ones that say. Psalms 91st chapter reads that. Go ahead, bro.
Not according to this.
That it says, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
See, now you got to change your process of thinking. Take your mind out of this westernized way of thinking and come back to what is truly right. Because the West is not for your promotion. The West is going to keep you dumbed down. That's what it's going to do. It's going to keep you dumbed down. That's all they've ever been doing to us. Dumbing down us, lying to us, feeding us all type of food that chemically is destroying our mind, looting our air, the things that we got to breathe. You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep us away from what the truth really is. So now we have a chance at salvation. Now we have a chance at renewing our mind. It's all by what this word. Matter of fact, bro, I got one more after that. Go ahead.
That ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High.
That we may prove, because everything that we're saying is all going to be proven in the end. So we could be called a lie. We could be called crazy, but somebody's got to be right. Somebody is wrong. So if he's wrong, you gotta suffer. No, you gotta suffer. We don't gotta suffer. We're over here telling you what is right.
Look, can I
so this is something that, brother, consciously you're gonna have to determine. You might have to lose ties with this man.
Look,
that's what the Spirit is telling me. You losing ties with this man is going to benefit your walk with the Lord. Because you look like you truly want to really serve the Lord, but you just probably just don't know how to. So this is the day that now you learn how to do it. This is where you serve the Lord at, bro. And then it comes with, getting with brothers that are like-minded that are really going to teach you about the Lord. See, that's mercy, that's spirit. You see what I'm saying? Brother, go to Hebrews 10 and 22. Hebrews 10 and 22.
Look, guys, I commend you guys on studying the Bible. Like, I honestly do. I'm not saying it for ill-hearted or anything like that. I'm really impressed with like how you can tell these gentlemen over here to read verses and stuff. I do commend you for it. What?
Go ahead.
What are you laughing at?
Yeah, you speak with a full tongue.
No, look. The reason
I must smile on that one.
What? Look, don't what you think. I'll tell you if I smiled. You'll know if I smiled. I'm not trying to deceive you. I'm giving you props for something. Can you at least take that?
We'll take it.
Okay, I'm giving you props for something. Look, I commend you on studying. I commend you on reading the Bible. I do commend you for that. Do I believe what you're saying is true? No.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, so it's the shit sandwich. I'm giving you good, bad, and good. But I do give you props. I just wish that you guys would come to the realization of the real God. And it's not who you think it is. And I'm sorry that you think that I'm the devil, but I'm not. I honestly think that you guys do need the Lord if you want the Lord, but I think you missed it, man. That's literally what I believe. And that's what.
Well, we'll see.
Right, exactly. We'll see. Okay, can we agree on that? Yeah. See, now I'm reasonable, right?
We'll see. We'll just see.
Okay. So that's what I believe. So when I came here, I came to want to know about you. I didn't want to know about myself. I already knew myself. I'm a sinner. I am, like I say, deceiver. I'm everything bad, but I am saved by Jesus Christ. I am made perfect through Him. Not of anything that I do.
Right. So you're a Christian.
Right.
So you're just a Christian.
No, you know what? I'm actually listen do what you know. Now I'm gonna give you what you wanted to know an hour ago.
It's too late now.
No,
you're just a Christian.
No.
So you said
my father is Jewish.
You said you're saved.
My father is actually from Judah. And my family fits on most of these here. But according to what you said, none of my family does. So I I'm part of that one, that one, that one, that one.
You look like a liar now, though.
But I'm just showing you, bro. Like, look, why are you talking smack, bro? I'm talking to you
I'm
directly.
not even talking smack to you. I'm actually saying you look like one of the brothers.
But I'm like, I'm a lot of this. That's why when you asked me which one I was, it's because I fit a bunch of them. So I don't fit
We're
one.
telling you no, you don't. But look, I'm gonna just give you this.
You-
I'm gonna give you this. Look,
but you telling me that.
I'm gonna still give you this. Just because your father might be a so-called Amalekite, he might not be.
I'm gonna ask my dad. I'm like,
He
Dad,
might
you know
not.
you were
He
an
might.
Amalekite?
He might not be. He might not be Amalekite. He might not be an Amalekite.
Well, according to you,
He might be. He might look like a. He might look like a so-called Jewish man. They go back to Amalek. He might look like a so-called Jewish man, but then he might be an actual Israelite. It doesn't matter about color. It just matters about the seed.
No.
That's all it is. So look, that's all we're telling you, bro. Yo,
I mean-
me personally, you could be an Israelite, bro. I think you're an Israelite. You know, I think that you got that.
I mean, I don't
You-
really care. I mean,
talk
thank you
too
for
much.
you thinking that, but I really don't care.
All right, well then, it don't matter.
The reason I wanted to know is just because you know what, man. The real reason I came here is because I wanted to know your guys' faith from not being on the YouTube channel, from not being on a website. I wanted to hear it from your own mouth. Okay, so I was trying to give you that.
Well, we here to tell you that. Look, every nation outside of Israel is going into captivity.
Where? That's in captivity. Where? I thought we were already in captivity.
Oh no, when the Lord comes, He's gonna put the nations in captivity.
Well, you told me that. That's why
I'm telling you again. You can read it. Revelation 2:25. Revelation 2:25. You can read that yourself.
Okay.
When the Lord comes, He's gonna dash the nations into pieces. He's gonna put them in captivity, in subjection. You can read Isaiah 60 on your own time. That them nations gonna go into captivity. So that's
I mean,
it.
honestly, guys, I keep going.
Go ahead. We're gonna read this now.
Hebrews 10 and verse 1. It's been
Hebrews
about
10
an
and
hour.
verse 22. Go ahead.
And it reads, let us draw near with a true heart.
Let us draw near with a true heart. So again, brother, let us draw near with a true heart. You see what I'm saying? Now it's time to draw near to the Lord with a true heart, brother. Christianity is not the way. There's over 2.2 million Christians in the world, you know what I'm saying, and still are lost. They don't have it. That's why they're seeking the Israelites, because everybody's leaving the churches, bro. Because it's the truth is not in these churches. You got to get out these churches. If that's what you believe in, stop believing in that. Because that's not the way. You got to unlearn all of that, what you learned, and then come relearn what is right. You see what I'm saying? Read John. When you go home and you want to read your Bible, read John, the 3rd chapter. Read about Nicodemus and how the Lord talked to Nicodemus, say how he had to be reborn. He had to unlearn everything he learned. As him being a top Pharisee, he had to unlearn everything and then come into the true faith of Yahweh Shai Mashiach. Brother, it's the same thing that's going to apply to you. Same thing that applied to us when we came into this thing. We had to unlearn what we learned and then learn what was right. Go ahead.
Question before we head out. For the translation you guys read, is it King James 1611? Because I know certain sects read different editions of King James. I was curious if there were certain.
So it's just King James. It's just King. Mine's not 1611.
It's just 1611 right there.
Well, no,
mine's not six. That's what I'm saying. You
Oh,
talk too
no, we're talking
fast.
about that. Yours is an apocryphal book.
No, this is a regular Bible.
No, it's
cross separate.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see that one.
See how you just talk too fast. Been saying it again, bro. We just read out of the KJV Bible. You know what I'm saying? That's the most accurate translation out there. And to be honest and being fair, there are certain mistranslations in the KJV, but that is the most accurate translation to read. So yes, we all read out of the KJV version Bible. We encourage you to read out of it. We encourage you to get a foundation of the Lord, and then other different translation, you'll be able to go into them as you grow and be able to decipher like what is actually it's saying, if it's true or not. You know what I'm saying? Because there's things in the scripture that you read it face value and you won't know what the heck it's talking about. Fair enough?
Yeah, like I think it was Ethiopian eunuch, right?
Right.
Yeah. How can I know?
Right. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. You see what I'm saying? So when situations like that arise, then that's where you need a teacher, somebody to guide you along the way.
But
You know what I'm saying?
with all due respect, guys, we thank you for your time.
Yeah, do it. We're gonna still close out. Y'all have a blessed one. What was your name?
Jake.
Jake. Hey, short for Jacob.
Short for Jacob. Oscar, you get one too.
All right, man.
Oscar, you get one too, man. We ain't
Hold
gonna,
on, bro. I wasn't
we
trying
ain't gonna count you out.
It's all right, man.
I still say
I learned a little bit, and I learned a lot of it. So yeah.
Well, yeah. Thanks for letting us
no problem, Jake.
seek to understand.
Jake, come back, man.
Yeah, that's right, Jake.
Yeah, finish on, man. Oscar alone.
He was because he was reading when he was saying the alphabet of the small hats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That shit was coming out just like smooth as fuck. Hell yeah, like, yeah. And then he started talking about it's probably the Yiddish small hat. Yeah, you see? I mean, that's just I take it as credit.
But he was
small hat.
Jake was the one that was
Yeah, you can see it in his eyes and shit. You know,
was
like,
oh,
and that
snap.
Satan and shit over there.
trying to confuse him, bro. He was just trying to throw confusion out there.
And he was always dodging.
Yeah.
You know, oh shit.
So slithering ass. But yeah, you're right. You're probably right though, but that motherfucker probably is a guy.
Yeah, and then once I called him out on being a small hat, he already knew.
Yeah, it's the right
small hat.
color.
Yeah,
small hat.
A straight Amalekite.
Straight Amalekite. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's all good. He gonna, that's gonna be on their mind though, especially on Jake.
Yeah.
We told him all the basics, everything you need to know.
Yeah, he done took off his glasses now.
Yeah.
Because that's another, and he was strapped too.
Oh yeah, I see. Yeah. His pocket and shit. Yeah, go ahead, Doc.
This is Hebrews 10 and verse 22. Let us draw near with a true heart and full assurance of faith.
Right, let us draw near with a true heart and a faith and a full assurance, man. You know, you got to be assured in this thing. You can't come up here wishy-washy and doubting and questioning and thinking that, you know, you got it when you don't fucking got it. And that was, and you know, Oscar was a clear example, and he ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? Here it is. The dude had a good, Jake had a good question. You know, like, do y'all just come out as just a 1611? And we like, well, there's KJV version Bibles, but they're not all 1611. And I said, what? That's a pocket front.
You see, that's why I call it motherfucker Satan.
Yeah, like, just shut up, man. Listen. And even, you know, Jake had to correct him. Because you talking too fast. When you go to the house of the Lord, you know what I'm saying? Hey, cover your fucking mouth. Point blank period, man. People think they can just come up and just control the narrative and say what the fuck they want to say. We're gonna answer you accordingly, but we gotta build things up and try to, you know, give it to you, man. You know what I'm saying? But if you can't get it, go ahead and go teach that somewhere else. If you don't want it, go ahead. That's why I really hope that Jake, he get the fuck away from Oscar. You know what I'm saying? Oscar the Grouch. That's his nickname. Oscar the Grouch.
Nobody lives in the crack.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, get out of here, man. Damn devil. Go ahead, bro.
Hebrews 10 and verse 22. Let us draw near with a true heart and full assurance of faith.
Yeah.
Having our hearts sprinkled from an evil conscience.
Right, and see, before you come into this truth, you have an evil conscience. You know what I'm saying? You have an evil conscience, man. Because you really don't know. You thinking evil until you start really hearing the pure word. Then that's when that water starts sprinkling on you, and it starts to alleviate that demon from on you, man. You know what I'm saying? Now that demon being washed away, you know, we got that spiritual fire hose. You know what I'm saying? We just over there hitting you. Full blast. That's it. Right there. Stop. Now we gotta cleanse you, brother. You know what I'm saying? You filthy right now. You know, so we hitting you. We hitting wherever you try to run, whatever corner you trying to go to, we already right there. Like you ain't going nowhere. That's why Oscar he couldn't run nowhere. Anywhere he wanted to run, we was right there. Where you going? Nah, go there, go here. You see? That's why they call it Hebrew hopscotching. You know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna bounce all over the place in order to, you know what I'm saying, drive the point home and then give it to you as Scripture said, precept upon precept. You know?
Hebrews 10 and verse 22. Let us draw near with a true heart and full assurance of faith. Having our hearts sprinkled from an evil conscience.
Yep.
And our bodies washed with pure water.
And our bodies washed with pure water, which we know that the water is the word. Word of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. That's the water. Go ahead.
Let us, verse 23, let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering.
Right, and that's what we're supposed to do. Hold fast the profession. This is our job. hold fast. That's what I said. It's one of the greatest things you could possibly ever do on the planet Earth. And you could, like you said, you could see it in his eye, like he was kind of shook for a second, like he kind of was getting scared. You know what I mean? Hey, that's good. You need to have that godly sorrow and that fear, you know, because shit getting ready to be real out here. Shit already real, but shit getting ready to be even extreme, you know, to the next level. You know what I'm saying? And if your ass ain't prepared and you ain't right by the Lord, you have no chance. You have no hope. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 23, let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering. For he is faithful that promise.
Woo, he is faithful to that promise. So every word written in this book is faithful and true, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why we putting our life on the line just so the Lord can have mercy on us, man. We looking stupid from the world. We don't care, man. As long as the Lord have mercy upon us and our household, man. Straight up, you know. So we hope that this camp was edifying. Dawadi Yahweh Shema Shah for the inspiration. Dawadi Yahweh Shema Shah for the brothers that tuned in. Dawadi Yahweh Shema Shah, you know what I'm saying, for another blessed day to hold it down. You know what I'm saying, this wicked ass kingdom. You know, and may Yahweh Shema Shah with the rest of the Akim out there. You know what I'm saying, brothers be safe. You know, and we're gonna get out of here, man. So we want to end off by giving all praises and glory to
Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Qadash, Rocket Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, water.
All right, shalom.
Shalom.